I'll make you famous.
Because I'm a cowboy! Oh, man!
And now, your mama knows.
29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
What are you, fucking nuts? You thought...
Subscribe to the most epic channel on YouTube for live streams every week. Daily videos. Subscribe. Bruce, unleash the baby god dragon.
And now, your mama knows.
Welcome to Anthony L. Lewis Entertainment, where everything is in real life, no characters, no filters, just Anthony L. Lewis. What to expect is me meeting people, going to different places, and checking out a bunch of different things, be it movies, restaurants, or anything else. Oh, and one of my favorite hobbies are video games, so I guess we'll be doing some of that too. Well, I'll see you all in the next video, and I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and share this to some more people so they can get in on this Anthony L. Lewis Entertainment.
And now, your mama knows.
All right. I figured we had enough of that. So, guys, it's Anthony L. Lewis in the building. And crazy crazy. First of all, it's crazy that I'm wearing a John Cena shirt, right? I've never been a fan of John Cena. Besides, I did like Basic Thugonomics. Word life. This is Basic Thugonomics. That was cool. Because it was different. It was edgy. But yeah, I've never been a big fan of Cena. I used to be one of the people booing him. My son used to like him and the kids, and I used to be like, boo. But I've always respected his work ethic. I've always respected him as a wrestler, right? And I've even said, if I can meet one wrestler, it would be Cena when I was asked that question. Funny enough, my favorite wrestler of all time is Stone Cold. But I've always felt that just meeting Stone Cold, like, what are we going to talk about? Like, I feel like we're, like, I don't know, the chemistry is just going to be off. You know what I mean? And so I feel like, man, John Cena's younger. He's in Hollywood. You know, he would just be probably the number one wrestler I would actually want to meet, have a conversation with. Now, with that being said, after what we seen on Wednesday at the Elimination Chamber, John Cena just made it to the top of my list as my favorite wrestler. And I know he's retiring, he's going to be gone, but you put all that together with his work ethic, how many times he's changed his character. I don't know, man. I think he has been. There's no other wrestler that has been on top as long as him. I mean, you could combine the Stone Cold and The Rock's time where they was on top. It doesn't compete with Cena. I don't know, man. I'm just like starstruck of like what happened, and I think it's a great way to reinvent himself for the final time. But I got some ideas about that. But anyway, so I thought to myself, why not do one of these, right? Get together, get the guys on, and let's discuss the craziness that we've seen at WWE's Elimination Chamber. So with that being said, oh yeah, and the crazy thing is I bought this shirt just because he was retiring. I was like, you know what? I'm going to pay some respect. The man is gone, and I got this shirt. And this happens. So anyway, we're going to get into it. So if you guys are new to the channel, I'm your host of And Now Your Mama Knows, Anthony L. Lewis, in real life, aka the Cowboy King of Entertainment. And guys, just come to the channel every day. I put out one vlog a day. If you're a channel member, you can see a bunch more. I've been vlogging my life on this channel since 2011. Every birthday, Christmas, Valentine's Day, even my honeymoon in Mexico swimming with sharks. But it's all on the channel. But on Tuesdays, I do a podcast and or a show, whatever you want to call it. And then also Wednesdays, I do We Wrestle Wednesdays, my wrestling league. And so yeah. So with that being said, guys, that's pretty much the flow of the show or the channel. But I'm gonna grab a chair. I hope you guys grab a chair, and it's gonna be epic. Oh man! All right. So what I didn't do was just check up on the stream, make sure we're all good. So let's pull this up real quick. Okay. Let's pull this up. All right, we got volume. Let me make sure the right mic is being used. All right, we got volume. Let me make sure the right mic. I know I should have did this first. All right, I think that's the right mic. I'll turn it up a little bit more. Okay. All right. Now, Ron Slusher's in the building. What's up, Ron? And then I do have somebody in the background. So guys, I wasn't going to do this alone. No. I had to get some of my guys who are wrestling fans. And, I just want to hear from some of the fans and people who follow wrestling for a good while. And just, I'm curious to know what's your thoughts. How do you feel? Like, let's go. So with that being said, I got none other than my brother. Hold on. Let me grab this real quick. You might see this in many videos, me opening boxes. Well, gifted to me was none other than my brother that I will be pulling on here. And so it's really cool whenever I'm using this thing because even though I moved to Florida and they're many, many miles away, but still my brother. So also he was the sharpest looking man in my wedding, one of my groomsmen, and just got to get him in here. So Mr. Green Eyes Dave Jimenez, let's go. The introduction that needs no.
What's going on?
What's up, man?
What's up?
Yeah, yeah, boy, yeah, boy.
Uh-huh. The
Yeah.
final boss.
You know,
Yep.
so I was telling Eric, right? Because Eric's a Rock hater, right? And I'm not a
Yeah,
big
yeah,
fan of
yeah.
Rock, but you gotta super respect the Rock, and I think it's good that this happened with the Rock. It makes it, you know what I mean? Like because everybody knows who he is, whether it's wrestling or not. So
Of
for
course.
to have a heel turn and it be impact of the Rock, that's just I think that's big.
It just showed the, like you said, the impact. I mean, but it showed the influence that The Rock has on wrestling, even still. And he's not even a full-time wrestler. You
Right.
know, he to go ahead and convince the company to turn somebody that has been a good guy pretty much his whole career.
Right.
You know, that's like seeing Hogan join the NWO all over
Right.
again.
Right.
You know, but this one is like John Cena's like F y'all kids. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Like
Right. That's the
he
thing.
pretty much like, yo, F y'all kids. I'm going ahead and do the Make a Wish Foundation and all that other stuff, but nah, forget y'all.
Yeah. Well, I think what's cool is he had 1 year left, right? Less than a year left, right? He made that clear. I feel like, bro, just do it. And it was crazy was when he was on one of the what do they call them things once the pay-per-view's over?
For the press conference.
The press conference.
Yeah,
Remember he was
yeah,
like they was like, so do you think you turn heel? He's like, no, because everybody will
yeah,
see it
yeah, yeah,
coming. So,
yeah,
why cheapen the
yeah,
fans,
yeah, yeah.
And even
That,
Triple H, right? But
yeah, the that face that he was giving The Rock, I was like, yo, he looked kind of creepy.
yeah.
Like even when it was happening, I was like, wait a minute. So I was saying to myself, he's either gonna turn,
Mhm.
which I at the time I'm like, ain't no way he's gonna turn, or he's gonna go ahead and team up with Cody and beat The Rock down.
Right.
I was like, it's gonna be one or the other. But that face that he had, I was like, hold up, John Cena looking like a pedophile right now. That's like kind of weird. Like
Listen,
he look
I
kind of weird right now.
all right. So let me not. It's so much I want to get to. Mike just hit me up and told me he can't make it, so it's all good.
It's all right, Mike.
Yeah.
Next
He's
time, brother.
um. And
But
let me
I'm
see.
not gonna go ahead and buy a John Cena shirt and start rocking a John Cena. That ain't gonna happen.
Well, I'm about
No,
to
no,
start
no.
wearing shorts and everything, and I don't even wear shorts.
Nah,
You know what I
nah,
mean?
nah, 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 nah. I ain't doing all that.
Come on,
Forget all
man.
that. Nope, 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 nope,
All right.
nope.
Let me pull this up. See what I have for
I
you.
haven't I haven't liked John Cena since the beginning. So I'm like, nope, you ain't getting that.
You ain't getting it. I mean, I've always admired him though because his work ethic, bro. He was at like every show. I mean, he's definitely one of the biggest wrestlers of all time. He'll go down as. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
no, I mean, if there's gonna be anybody that's gonna break Ric Flair's record, it might as well be him because
Hmm.
he's been there for so long. You
Yeah.
know, I mean,
And
he takes his little breaks and makes a whack movie and all that other stuff, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But he he's been there. So even Ric Flair has, they gave him the boot a few times and
right,
still came back, and he's still considered the greatest wrestler of all time. But
right.
that's the one thing that John Cena will never get is the greatest wrestler of all time. You could get a whole bunch of title reigns and all that. That's cool, but that's
I
the
mean,
same thing.
that's
Like that's
that's
hold on. That's the same thing like Ric Flair. Yeah, you the 16-time champion, but what that mean? That means you lost it 15 times or
Well,
16 times. You know,
but
so I'm like,
don't forget
that's
that
that's why I kind of respect the Undertaker's title reigns. I kind of respect somebody like, I mean, even Randy Orton. I respect his title reigns. You know, he got a whole bunch too.
yeah.
He got a lot of drama, that he go through and all that. But at the same time, it's like, you know, he also lost it all them times too.
So I think the thing is, right, because wrestling isn't real, I think what's cool is that the politics, the people who own the companies decided to trust that person to be the champion at that time. So the fact that
Right.
Ric Flair was trusted by so many different organizations, that speaks volume. Same thing for
Absolutely.
Cena, he's been trusted by one company, speaks volumes as well. So I don't knock people for losing it because it is fake. Now if it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like
it's all scripted.
real, what I mean, scripted. So if it was like UFC, you're like, damn. I mean, either way, I don't even mind because even if you won something 20 times, that means you had the loss. It is what it is.
Hmm.
But you won
Hmm.
it that many times.
You still won it 20 times. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
But I'm still, granted, I just always thought he was corny. Even when he
Right.
did the thugonomics and all that, I was like, come on, man. Like, you ain't from the streets. Cut it out. I've been to Boston. I seen the area where there are streets, like the hood. I've been there. I seen it. And yeah, they do got hood spots. Absolutely. Everywhere got hood spots, you know. But John Cena, I'm like, nah. And then at the time when he came out with the Thugonomics joint, that was when Naughty by Nature was big and Tretch was wearing the chain for all the brothers that's locked down and all that. What he wearing his chain for?
I think that
Like,
was a
come on, man.
I think that was a bit after Naughty by Nature.
I was like, come on, bro. He came out with all the different jerseys and all this other junk, and I'm like,
I I think
it's
it was
it's.
dope.
I mean, it's. Eh. I'm just like, eh. That's all
I
I
think
can say about John Cena. Well, that's the one thing I can say to you too. When you see
mhm.
The Rock do this, you know, John Cena always did this. Now The Rock is doing this, and
Well,
I'm doing.
technically he did one finger, and then when he came off, he had two.
He had
Right?
two the last time, yeah. But I'm thinking, okay, hold on. My phone is like, okay.
Yes, good.
It to me seems like, okay, it's counting down. He's adding people to what could be a faction of the Rocks,
All right,
because
so hold on. We're getting too deep into it. Let's back up a
this
little
this is
bit.
this is
Um,
this is what I'm thinking, because he went from three to now it's two, so now he added himself and he added John Cena, so I'm like, okay, who else is he going to add?
I mean, he added Travis Scott.
Get the hell out of here.
I mean,
Please
he's
stop
such a
it.
popular figure. Not that I know any much
Yeah,
about
yeah,
him,
yeah, he popular,
but
and he smacked the junk, yo, he
yeah.
smacked the brakes off of I was like,
I think it'd be good. I mean, he gave me Dennis Rodman vibes, but Dennis Rodman was least wrestling.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yo, and
but
Dennis Rodman did his thing.
yeah, he did. All right, so let me back up a little bit. Let's get to let me see.
Ooh.
The first match was the women's elimination chamber, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nice.
And you see my girl came back. Woo,
That that was
woo,
definitely
woo.
dope. So for the women's elimination chamber, um, which we see on the right, was Naomi,
Yep.
Bailey, um, what the hell is her name anyway?
Who?
Perez, Roxanne
Oh,
Perez,
Roxanne Perez. Yeah,
Bianca, Liv,
a little
and it was
tiny self.
crazy to have what's her name back? Dang, I forget her damn name.
Oh,
Alexa.
Liv Morgan.
No, it was
Oh,
cool to have Alexa back.
Alexa, got you,
So,
got you.
and there's some parallels when I look at Alexa. Man, I always think of. I feel like Liv stole her character, but
A little bit, a little
Still,
bit.
she still got the little Wyatts in there. You know they're gonna do it at some point. So this was a good match, man. One, I feel
Yep.
like it was good because of all of the shenanigans and stuff, right? And the
Hmm.
wrestling was great. But to
Hmm.
have Jade come back, I was
Oof.
thinking Jade was gonna beat Naomi up and then stay in there. Because remember,
I kind of
Edge.
thought so too.
Yeah, remember Edge did that years ago with Kofi
Yeah.
Kingston. He beat
Yeah.
Kofi up and then took his place. But
He took his
anyway,
place. Yep. Yep.
so let's talk about the Jade thing because you and me was talking about it in the on Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't think Bianca had anything to do with it because
Oh no.
she was in the ring when it happened.
That don't mean nothing.
I
That could
hear
have been
this.
just a video that they showed, and she might
Nah,
have did it way before she came out.
okay, that could happen, but
Yeah.
or she could have told Naomi to do it.
That too.
But I don't
That
I don't
too.
see what would be the point. Okay, so you pitched to me why.
My thing would be
Okay.
uh the intimidation that Jade brings. Now, granted, Jade ain't Bianca in the ring. She
Right.
ain't. I'm sorry. Like, I'm a huge Jade Cargill fan. I always have been. When I seen her, I was like, yo, this chick ain't no joke. But they made her in AEW like a Goldberg. Like
Right.
she gonna be unstoppable, and I'm like, yo, that's no joke. And she has the look. That's the thing is her the look. She looks like a freaking superhero.
Right. She
Like
does.
if you had to make a female a superhero besides Bianca Belair, Jade takes it to a whole nother level.
Another level.
And I'm just like, oh my God. But she's not that good in the ring. And I'm like, I hope that this time off she really, really, you know, got some training and add something to her repertoire because I'm like, notice, you know, I threw the big word in there, repertoire. But hopefully she got some training, and got a little better, even though that's not that much time. Some of these people have been doing wrestling for their whole life, you
Right.
know. But then you look at Logan Paul. Logan Paul, I can't stand him. He just obnoxious on the microphone and all that. But my man could put on the show.
Yeah, he can. He
He
is
could
no.
definitely put on a show. But with Jade, I mean, it's possible because she's an athlete, so they can do a lot with her if she's willing, and I think she is.
Well, yeah, I think she's gonna be good. I think
Yeah, I think
I
so.
think she's gonna be good. I mean the match itself was good. Um, they had some good spots. Man, it sucks because Naomi got put out early, so because I really want to see
Yeah,
what she could do because I've been a
yeah,
big fan of her since the beginning. She's
yeah,
super
yeah.
athletic, but story wise, it just made sense, that because that made
It
you
did.
that
It did.
much, you know. But
And you saw Jade telling her, "I knew it was you. I knew it was you." You know, I'm just like, oh my goodness, Bianca
yeah,
was going nuts. That's what
that's
I mean. That's what also makes me think, okay, Bianca could be more behind this than what we think
okay.
because she was feeling some type of way, like almost, yo, don't beat her up. It wasn't her. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like come out and
I
say
mean,
it.
so that makes sense because they just been tag team champs. They've been super
Right,
close, you know.
right.
Now here's what's crazy. I was shocked when Liv was at the end. I was like,
Yeah,
hey, don't
yeah,
let Liv win because she just had the belt not that long ago,
yeah,
right? And I
yeah.
was like, man, Bianca? So, and in my head, I was like,
Mhm.
well, whoever wins going to go against the winner of Bianca or Io. We'll definitely miss
Right.
that. And I'm thinking, like, obviously, Bianca, I mean, not Bianca, Rhea. And I'm thinking, obviously,
Rhea.
Rhea's going to beat, Io. So at the end of the day, you two powerhouses. You got Naomi versus,
Yeah.
Rhea
Rhea.
would be an
Yeah.
epic
Yeah.
main event. But then I'm like, damn, if Liv win to go again, like, so in the end, Liv didn't win, right? So I feel they chose a better person, but I almost
Yeah.
wanted Alexa to win, to be honest with you.
Uh, I could see that. I could see that because she's still keeping Bray Wyatt's memory alive when she does the DDT's Sister Abigail. She
Yeah,
switched it up, which is pretty good. I mean, I rather see somebody like Liv. Not no, I'm sorry. So, to see Alexa Bliss in there rather than Liv Morgan,
right.
even though Liv Morgan is doing a lot better now.
Oh, she's doing her thing. She
You
is she
know,
is a bona fide WWE character now.
she has
And
she has to be like if they had the award for most improved out of the women, she is
I agree.
yes, she's the
I
most improved. Absolutely.
I used to be like, bro, she's so trash, but she
Yeah,
stepped it
yeah.
up. They gave her a
To the,
shot, and she stepped it up.
to the point that we forgot that she was in the Riot Squad.
Right,
And I was
right.
just like,
I mean, I
yo,
know where she was with those bombs, but yeah, she was.
that goes to show how, she
Hey,
just she was that irrelevant.
that's crazy. We was like, damn, who was the last person?
Yeah.
And then you figured it out. I was like, oh,
It's like, yo, Liv Morgan. Like, oh snap.
that's wild. Man, I wish I wanted to see then Naomi do some cool spots.
It would have been nice. Because I
Yeah,
mean, even who was it? It was a legend. I forget who it was, but he said, "Oh, Rakishi."
hmm,
Rakishi said he said, despite the fact that this is my daughter-in-law, she is the best female wrestler in the WWE. I don't care what nobody says. And I'm like, okay, okay, but they just
yeah.
don't use her.
The reason why I liked her back in the day was her butt, obviously. But and totally she was like seemed like a really cool girl. But dude, she's the
Yeah.
only woman I've seen do the split-legged moonsault like RV Diddy.
Yes.
I mean, she could
Yes.
do everything. She could dive off the rope. She could slam people. She could, the running
Hmm.
slides. Like she got it all,
Hmm.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She definitely came up from the Funkasaurus.
Oh man, the
She
Funkadactyls. Yeah.
definitely came.
What's going on, Remix? Thanks for popping in.
She
I
was
know you
one of
had a
the
question. Yeah,
Funkadactyls.
yeah, Funkadactyls. Wow, man. So, I mean, what else do we have to say about that chamber? I mean, it was good. Hey, look, good showing for Roxanne Perez. Trying to like
Yeah,
get her out
yeah.
there. You know,
Even though she's smaller than, which is crazy, she's smaller than Liv Morgan and Alexa Bliss. Like she's shorter than both of them, and I'm like, oh my god, this girl
yeah,
is tiny,
but
but
she's
she
thick.
goes in.
Nah, but she's
Yes,
thick
she
though.
goes in.
Yeah,
She definitely goes in. I'm
yeah,
like, hey, they gotta have a Puerto Rican in there. Why not?
yeah. And she is pretty thick though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And
She got
Liv.
cheeks.
I mean, not Liv. Alexa lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did.
Oh, mad weight.
Yep.
Um, so let's move gears a little bit. I'm not sure if energy gonna come through. It
Mm.
might be coming a little later. Let me just see. But but let's see. So let's go to the next match, which was this match. Oh, hold on. Before we move, we got somebody else who would probably have something to say. So coming in is none other than a person who's been watching wrestling since he was born. Is my son Mick Nasty.
Ah,
Mick Nasty's in the building.
ah,
Hey,
How we
hey, come
doing?
on, man.
How
You
we
might as well
what's
say
good?
doing?
What's
hello,
good?
man. You know what I mean? Like this, you juicing, so I'm getting a little. You know what I mean? This guy. Hold on. Say, can we hear you? No, we can't hear you. Look in the, I guess in the left hand corner, it should have a little right where it says Talk Studios. If you click on
Yeah.
that little like box, it's gonna you're gonna give it permission to be able to use
Hmm.
your voice and camera and all that. Are you
Well,
are
you got
you
to.
Do you got your
He got the
headphones on?
yeah, he got the permission for the camera. He just got to put the permission for the microphone.
Yeah. Like it should be in the upper left hand corner, right where it says like talkstudio.com. Right to the left of it, it's like a little, I guess like a picture of a camera or a microphone or something. If you could actually touch that.
Because what I did was I logged off and then went back on, and it everything was working good. So you could try
Yeah,
that too.
it was working good for the last time. Yeah, maybe you could do that. Just log off and log back on.
Yeah, try to see if that works.
Mhm.
Because with me, I couldn't hear. But then at the same time, when you put your entrance video on,
Mhm.
it's muted. Like you can't hear
Right.
nothing. You can't see nothing. Well, you can see, but you can't hear me. I can't
Yeah,
hear you. I can't hear your video or nothing like that. So you know,
that's strange. So let me ask you this: do you think Roxanne Perez got called up? Because I feel like
yeah, of course, because she was the NXT champion. She lost the belt, and anytime a NXT champion loses the belt, it's their time to get called up.
All right, so can I be heard now,
yeah,
or?
we can hear
Yes,
you.
sir. Now we can hear you.
All right.
There we
All
go.
right. So, tell us your thoughts on this. On the
Wait,
woman's.
okay, wait. So, you talking about? So, I wasn't able to listen before, but I listened right before I hopped on to just to kind of get an idea where you guys were at, and I heard you guys talking about the women's elimination chamber match. Would
Yes.
you like to
Yeah,
explain
yeah,
what you
that's
guys
what
were
we're
at?
doing.
Okay,
Yep.
okay. Um, I got no complaints. I think the winner, Bianca, was probably should have won. I think she's a big dog, and she's been doing her part trying to help everybody else out. But now she's gonna get back to the picture.
Hmm.
Um, and then of course the interesting story with the Jade. I mean, a lot of us seen it coming. It was like, oh, it's got to be Naomi.
Yeah.
And even when they did the whole angle of like, oh, it had to be them, I still didn't buy it. I still, still
Right,
thought it
right.
wasn't. And so I think that's going to be interesting. Hopefully, Jade, got the skills and everything now to really, see this thing through. But I mean, they went in, man. It was a good match.
Yeah, she was vicious because the way that she slammed that gate on Naomi's head, I was like, whoa, how you
Yeah.
fake that?
Yeah, that I love that because it looks so vicious.
Yeah, because
Well, so
that's what Jade was in AEW.
okay. So when I
She had
seen
a
that,
vicious side to her.
when I seen the spot of her getting her head slammed, I thought for sure that okay, that's how you definitely solidify. Okay, she's out the match. But I thought for sure somebody was gonna get brought in.
Mm,
Yeah, I thought Jay was going to jump in, or somebody else was going to jump in. Yeah, like you said.
yeah, to take Naomi's spot.
So I thought of something crazy that would have been cool. I know a lot of people wouldn't have liked it, but I thought something that would have been cool is if Becky would have came back. You know,
Uh,
Oh,
uh,
that would have been.
uh,
I think that would have been pretty cool.
uh.
But I thought maybe they could have just pleased. I thought maybe they could have pleased the crowd and just had Natalia come in and get the crowd something to go crazy about.
Uh,
I mean, listen, Becky's always going to be popular.
yeah,
So I don't think there's
yeah.
ever going to be a time where, she's not going to be able to come back and do her thing. But so I would have been cool with that. I just feel like Becky, you need a little bit of build up. You just don't throw Becky out. You know what I mean?
Well, I
But
think I think you could have threw her out there, but then at that point she's got to win now.
I mean, they don't do that with Charlotte.
That is true. But that's
I
because
mean,
and
What do you
that's
mean?
that's you know, I'm just
Charlotte
saying
Charlotte goes away and then she comes back and boom, she's in the race for the championship right away.
Charlotte could get that off
So,
because she is the opportunity.
No. Wait,
you
wait,
know,
wait, wait,
please.
wait, wait. I feel like if you're a big dog, you can get that off, and I have no real huge complaints because those like, I
Mhm.
like the characters that are the big dogs. So I feel like you don't gotta be Charlotte Flair. Okay, you just gotta be a
Right.
big dog for hype Charlotte
But
heavy.
see, that's the thing is that they make it where it's like, oh, it's because it's Charlotte Flair.
And
You
also,
know,
I feel like you also just have to have a story too.
Yeah, yeah.
and then I noticed this YouTube and all that other stuff, but why Charlotte look like a tranny now?
I said that the other day. Like, how you get a face job and you look worse?
I'm like, yo, this is, and then everywhere the outfit that she wears, everywhere that it's supposed to be tight is baggy.
All right, well,
Like you
look,
losing everything.
let's not get on my girl stuff.
Hey,
Um,
it is what it is, bro.
trying to find a good picture for this chamber, but we're about to switch gears anyway. Eric, what's your thoughts of Roxanne Perez?
Maybe I'm just the guy that's hard on the newcomers, but
Uh,
I
Mm.
like to be honest. When you said her name, I couldn't think of anything that was like, oh snap. I just thought of like, oh wait, that's the new girl they're trying to bring up from NXT who
Mm.
was in the Rumble for mad long and stuff. So to be honest, I feel like I'm usually rough on the newer people, and
okay.
nothing crazy sparked out. Other than I think she might be like a real wrestler, and there's always respect there, especially as a woman. I think she probably could really wrestle.
Now, Eric, let me ask you this: was you watching NXT at all?
No, not at all.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's why I'm
That
a little
makes
tough
sense.
on the guys. Yeah,
Got you. Got
because
you.
I feel like a lot of the stuff that fly by in NXT, when it comes to the main
Hmm.
roster, it just nowhere near the same. It don't got the same spark.
Yep.
And I'm part of that audience of the main roster audience where when they come over, I'm always like, this is so corny. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think that's the my problem maybe with NXT or something. But I totally understand that like, hey, everybody's trying to get their bearings. They're trying to do things. So like I understand while I am harsh, I still understand that hey, you had to start somewhere. So.
Yeah, because NXT is basically developmental.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
know, that's like OVW. When you get
Yep.
booted out of the main roster and you got to go sharpen your edges a little bit, go to OVW for a little while. That's what NXT is.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, um, I love seeing these new people come up and see what they're gonna do. So kudos to them and WWE for even having like a developmental thing. Now they got that thing evolved.
Yep.
So it's cool just to have a way to see new talent.
How do I
Hold on one second.
make the chat kind of disappear? I would like to make our screen bigger if I could. Is that possible?
Yeah, you can. In the how do you? I'm trying to think how to explain it. Here, let me pull it up on mine. It's probably gonna echo a little bit.
Yeah, teach me how, please, because I want to get rid of the chat too.
So you guys went on it through the link I sent you on your phone, right?
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
All right. So I'm gonna click on the same link I sent you, McNasty. All right. So I'm in. Let me just put my name in.
Hey, Eric, I see you bulking up, my man. Okay, okay,
Yes, sir.
getting your
Yes,
weight
sir.
up.
Yes, sir.
Mine don't have the chat
Okay.
on it, but if you touch where it says chat, it'll take the chat off.
If you touch where it's what, private chat?
Um, it just should say the word chat, video settings. You guys
Oh,
see
you
that?
talking about in the page beforehand?
No, no. So once you're finally on there, if you hit the chat button, it'll take it away. I don't know if maybe I can see something you can't.
I think I think so because you're not all the way in, are you?
Yeah, I'm in there. I just didn't put my. Hold on, let me put my face on.
That's what I was. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think when you get to that part, you don't have the same options.
Okay, let me. What the hell is that? You're not part of the broadcast. Host can see you. What's this new? All right, hold on. Let me turn this way. I don't even see
I
where it's
think that's what
letting me.
Dave might have did. He might have
Yeah,
just went back so that he could hit that option and then join in again.
all right, let me back up. Go out, come back in. All right, so I'm jumping in. It got where it shows my camera. I put the name on there. And then, all right. So then, I guess this is different for me today before. All right, so what button do I press to even get in?
It should be a join thing, right?
Let me turn it, maybe because I got it sideways. I see the camera. I see
So
chat.
yeah, I was gonna say. So you should see all of that, and then at the bottom right, I believe it should be a blue button that says join.
It's funny. I was able to join last time. But let me get Dave back in.
Hmm. All right. I was gonna say I'll just try that same method. Did it work, Dave?
No.
No. All right. Well, it is what it is.
I know I hear echo with my voice.
What you could do is you can click on the three dots and change it to like um desktop mode or take it out of desktop mode. I know when you do that, it looks a little different. So
Desktop mode because I'm on my phone.
that might change it.
Yeah,
Because I
maybe
know
I know
when I
this
used
is
to
iPhone.
stream.
mute,
That's why I'm not getting these same
I would
options.
change it from desktop mode so I could get rid of the comments being so big.
It's fine. I don't.
All
I
right.
don't have the same options. I'm thinking maybe it has something to do with me being on an iPhone or something.
All right. Anyway, so let's shift gears a little bit. So let's pull up the next match of the night was it was this right here.
It wasn't KOing them. It was the other match before it.
Nah, it was them right here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, oh.
Trish was looking no joke.
It's my baby, man. Listen,
Except for the
watch.
fact that she lost so much weight on her face.
Yeah, she did. Listen, watch your tone when you talk about Trish. All right. Still got dibs since the '90s.
First is Tiffany. Now it's Trish.
Nah, I'm not a big Tiffany fan. I just like Tiffany. Her music is fire to me. That's my
Okay.
music.
Tiffy
Um,
time.
I think she's super marketable though. I think she's smart to where she's the whole Barbie look-alike, wearing pink, but she just need to do something with her entrance. Like her music, like I've literally, it's gonna sound funny, but I'm a fan, right, of wrestling. I've literally played her music in this room and just like, what would I do to the music to hype the crowd up? And like the way the beat goes, it just got so much to that beat where you could get people on board, and she just walk out all calm. I was just like, man, that's a missed opportunity. Missed, and she's the woman world champ now. Like everybody who's getting super big pops, Jay Uso, look at people who intros took them to the next level. It's crazy. Like Daniel Bryan. Like they say, did the Yes Movement make Daniel Bryan, or did Daniel Bryan make the Yes Movement? I don't know. Anyways, so typically being champ, I'm still not cool with that right yet. I'm like, I guess it's cool that it was a good story with her and Nia and her catching up. All right, fine, right? But I guess I'll go there. But anyway, so her teaming up with Trish. I don't want to say it came out of nowhere, but it kind of came out of nowhere. Trish just jumping out the crowd. Let me help. And then now you're in a match. But I get it. They're in Toronto. She's Canadian. Why not, right? And also keep building up Tiffany because she need to do something like because she's gonna be going against Charlotte, which is just another weird thing to me. You figure Charlotte literally chose Tiffany after Tiffany got beat up. It's like that makes no sense.
Mm.
Anyway, But I think who's this is helping the most is probably Candice Michelle. Like allowing her to get some spotlight, is kind of cool. They just need to do something with it. Oh, Murder's in the building. Said, what up, all y'all wonderful people? What's up, Murder?
That's
Said
not
that,
murder.
we definitely gonna get into that. What I want to say, man.
Yeah, this match, like you said, kind of. I just thought it was like a fan pleaser thing for the
Yep,
people in the stadium, and then
yep.
Mhm.
maybe it was an attempt to try to turn Tiffany to a good guy. I think
Well, I
maybe.
thought she was already a good guy.
I feel like she never really made the switch. I feel like she was always bad, and she didn't really like. Just because she was getting beat up by Nia didn't make her good. I feel like you
Right,
got to make a
right.
switch. You got to
That
have like it be in the story. But again, now you see what the Rock whole big thing is, and I think Vince was said this before. Vince always said he wanted to get to the point where there was really not a heel or a face, and the Rock keeps
mm,
saying he wanted to be where is more like I think he's trying to merge Hollywood and wrestling, where he kept saying he wanted to be like you don't have to have a designated bad guy and designated good guy. You can just be whatever. So I guess that would help because the crowd, like people feel bad. Like I was talking to Kevin, he was like, the only thing that sucks is watch people cheer for Cena now. I'm like, why we gotta do that and feel like, oh, you're not a good heel because people cheer for you. Like that's what the cool thing about the Attitude Era because everybody was so um
Over it.
edgy,
Yeah.
everybody loved it. And you just did the most crazy stuff that a good guy wouldn't do, right? And that's what made it succeed.
mm.
So Tiffany, for me, she's definitely not a baby
You
to
don't
me.
think so?
Nah, she don't really. She's like I don't feel like she has made that turn where like I didn't see her run out and save nobody. And she still to me sounds like the stuck up nose in the ear. Like she hasn't made a good switch. She just still gives off bad girl vibe.
Well, she was doing nothing but getting bullied by Nia Jax the whole time.
Yeah, but she still was running. She still was with her doing all the bad stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that was just she might have been, not to say she was, but I'm saying her character might have just been afraid to step up and do something. Because look how hesitant she was when she cast in.
I hear you, but I just feel like she didn't play that role. Like I feel like she like if you listen to her words on the mic, her trash talking, talk down to people. I mean, her move is called the prettiest moonsault ever or whatever. I don't know. I just feel like
Mhm.
she still is that smug. You know, I don't know. But
You sure that? Hey, you sure that echo ain't coming from yours?
no, I think it's coming from McNasty. Watch. When he came on and started echoing. I mute him and see there's no
No,
echo.
because I'm
But
getting the
listen,
echo still. Oh no,
listen.
there now it's gone.
Yeah, I told
Okay.
you. So McNasty, we were saying that the echo came when you came on. I'm not sure. So somehow
Nah, because I hear the echo now.
it's the audio that you need to hear us, but I don't know why. Like I guess the phone is picking it up. What last time did you have your headpiece in? I almost feel like this thing don't work well with a headpiece. Like you gotta kind of turn it on with it on, and then when you go out, it
Okay,
doesn't.
can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
All right, no echo no more, right?
no echo.
Yeah.
no
Okay.
echo.
I think I know what I did. So yeah,
Okay.
in the beginning, and it's funny too because I remember you having a conversation, not even with me, but I heard the conversation of you
Mm.
complaining about the earpieces things not really working with
Mhm.
this. So I knew it was a possibility to have the mistake already, but my dumb self forgot it in my ear when I first joined. So I think that was the problem why y'all couldn't hear me. So then I
Uh,
was trying to mess with the settings, and I turned off echo cancellation and I turned on stereo audio because I guess you said it said you can only have one on. So
Right.
I
mm,
think that was the whole mistake. So I just flipped it.
okay.
Gotcha. Yeah,
So
perfect
it
now.
was him.
I apologize. I
Yeah,
apologize.
yeah.
I apologize.
So, what's your thoughts on So, I was saying to Dave is like I feel like she's definitely still a heel. She's not a face yet. Now, maybe winning against Charlotte might push her to that level. Um,
You talking about Tiffany?
Yeah, Tiffany.
She's beefing with Naya. Of course, she's a baby face.
Nah, I don't see that. I don't see that. I think she might be
I don't know.
talking about
So
she's
this is
that.
the thing, though. But this is the thing, right? So if you just break it down, right? And Dave, so then I would ask you, right? At what point did she turn into a baby face? Because this is what I'll say, right? They both were heels or bad guys. I'm better at saying bad guys.
Hmm.
Right? They both were bad guys, and then they just turned on each other. So that don't mean that now she's a good guy. Now she still has to, become a good guy or do something of an act of a good guy. Then now we can declare her as a good guy. You know what I
I
mean?
agree. Like I said that when you got up, I said to Dave, she ain't come run down to help nobody. She ain't do nothing good guy ish. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Not yet.
I thought once she cashed in, that to me was okay. She turned. She
Nah,
turned.
that's
Yeah,
just
because you can
selfish.
have two hills beef with each other.
Right.
That's true, but that's another reason why. And I'm going way off, but that's another reason why EO didn't win. I'm sorry. That's another reason why Rhea didn't win that match last night because they didn't want Rhea versus uh Bianca because the crowd loves both of them. And the same thing with John Cena. They didn't want John Cena to be a good guy going up against Cody Rhodes because they will both be good guys.
Um, I feel like we're gonna talk about this later on, so I'll wait to say later on.
Right,
But I
right, right, right.
really don't think that's the case. Not in today's day and age. I don't think that's the case. I really don't. But back in the day, that definitely was 100% the case. I don't think that's the
Yeah,
case today.
definitely. Yeah, that was an older mentality. But I mean, the match is what it was, right? It was a good spot for Canada. We just being honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
It did nothing to further storylines. It was just a good match for Canada. So I mean, the way Trish did her thing. She still looked good. Good for her. Tiffany just seems like Tiffany. She isn't doing anything new for me. She's just being consistent. Okay, Candice
yeah,
Michelle.
yeah.
Best for her to just be able to be there with
And
those people.
Candice LeRae, I believe, is the name. Candice
Yeah,
Michelle
Lorraine.
was
My bad.
the other girl. Yeah,
Yeah,
way
my
back.
Yeah,
bad.
Candice Michelle, that's the chick that used to be with WWE.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
that was
yep.
the
Yeah,
girl that came from daddy.com.
yeah, yeah,
GoDaddy.com. But yeah, Candice LeRae, sorry, which is Johnny Gargano's wife in real life. Yeah, I mean, and Nia does her thing, right? Nia's not. You know what's cool about Nia? I think she probably said to the women, like, look, just so you know, whenever I wrestle y'all, I gotta kind of beat y'all up more. Cause she like whenever she faced Tiffany, she be beating her down. I'd be like Nia, whenever Nia faced somebody, she have a good like 3-5 minutes of just destroying people, which I like.
So I know from interviews and stuff that that's just old school working. If you're a big guy, as Big Show would call it or whatever, basically they believe that's how the match should go. It's what makes it realistic. I'm bigger than you. I'm gonna beat the hell out of you, and then you're gonna figure out crafty ways to get me hurt. And now it looks like we're having a match.
Yeah,
So
I
I
just I
just
just think
believe.
the way, like, even if I think of like Braun Strowman, right? He don't beat people up like Nia beat people up. Now maybe it's a guy versus guy thing, and the women, and she's so much bigger. But when she's beating people up, I'd be like, bro, the match should just end. You can't even do nothing to her, But so I just like that about Nia. Like, damn, you know,
yeah. But don't forget, Naya's also she has a history of really beating people up, making mad mistakes, and really beating people up. Remember when Becky Lynch walked out of that ring and her face was mad bloody because Nia Jax didn't know how to pull them punches.
that's true.
So
Um,
don't
but
forget, they probably using the fact that she is. I mean, she's just a pretty face to me. That's it. I mean, Nia Jax to me is like, okay, yeah, she's related to all the Samoans and all that stuff, but she's like the weakest member of the bloodline. I think in the ring, they just using the fact that she's big. That's.
no,
I think she's the best big woman that there's ever been. Like when you think about that, who's like think about it, right? You got like Piper Niven and stuff like that, who are
right,
like bigger girls, but Nia Jax is a solidified. She's like the Big Show of the big
right.
women. You know what I mean? So
Now
for me,
Yeah,
I
I
I
will
go
mean,
always
further.
be
I feel
respected.
like I even go further. She's Andre the Giant of the big girls. If you
Yes,
ask me.
even
yeah,
better. Sorry,
yeah.
hey, I don't
Uh,
date back that far, man.
Yeah.
That what?
But anyway, so man, let's go into this next match. And wow, talk about putting on a good show like you want to kill each other is none other than these two men.
Mm.
Sami Zayn. Now, obviously, they was going to do a great job, right? They got real history as
So
far as
much.
being friends, and they story is they showed how far back it goes from him
Yeah.
attacking. I mean, it's
Yeah.
always Kevin turning on Sammy, but did y'all think jump to it? Did you think Kevin was going to win this, or did you think Sammy was going to win it?
I honestly thought Sammy was gonna win.
I did too.
I didn't know who would win this. I thought both of them have really interesting storylines going on separately before they got involved with each other, and I thought that both of them could use the win. So I really didn't know who was going to win this, to be honest. I didn't have like most people had Sammy penciled in as going to win. I just didn't. I just didn't know who would win, and I just felt like, well, who needs it more? And I felt like they both needed probably the same amount. So I didn't know how they were going to figure that out.
Look, you're a wrestling fan. You should be on here. Right now we're talking about Sammy and Kevin. You should came here with your Yeet shirt. She got a Jey Uso shirt.
Well, at least she don't got a John Cena shirt.
Hey, listen, I'm happy I got one now. Hey, Aaron, I had to make the announcement when I started. I said, listen,
Oh boy.
I've never been a John Cena fan. I used to boo him too, but I like Thugonomics. That was my thing, right? I had his albums, all that. I like that character. When he became John, he never was on my list, but I always respected him. And I even said years ago, or maybe a year ago, we asked like, what wrestler would you want to meet in real life? And even though Stone Cold is my top wrestler, I said John Cena, because for me, I don't know what I'm be sitting there with Stone like. So I don't even know what conversation we're gonna have. But John to me is like somebody I want to meet, chill with, have a dinner with, talk to, right? But after him turning heel, this is crazy. But John now is my top favorite wrestler. I don't care. So I'm happy I bought this shirt. He now is above Stone Cold Steve Austin for me.
Oh wow.
No, he is, man.
That's for this year. That's not a permanent thing. That's for this year.
No, so I'll say this. I remember last year or a couple of years ago, somebody said, if you had to get rid of one wrestler and everything they ever done is gone, right? And it was like The Rock, Stone Cold, Ric Flair, you know the who's who. I actually chose Stone Cold. Reason being, Stone Cold run was just epic, but he never really did nothing to benefit the industry. He was always the solo guy, and just I feel like his career built him up.
Look at everybody.
I'll tell you why. I think The Rock would have been The Rock without Stone Cold. Triple H obviously was going to be Triple H. Shawn Michaels was already made. I don't think Stone Cold really made anybody, but Stone Cold made himself bigger and bigger.
All right, can I just shut that entire thought down? Okay.
Wow.
We would be watching WCW if Stone Cold didn't do his thing.
So he did.
He was the leading man of that charge. There's no way we can say they get to the same spot without him. I don't believe that.
No, that's true, but I don't. But I didn't say WWE. I said I don't feel that Stone Cold. Like, I don't feel Stone Cold made anybody like, how people like Dave said it earlier, like, people go out and they want to bring somebody up. I don't feel Stone Cold ever brought anywhere. Look at that. When he
brought The Rock up.
No,
absolutely.
The Rock was already, listen, he had a great feud with The Rock, but I feel like The Rock was doing his own thing. Now, I still feel Stone is bigger than The Rock, but The Rock was still on his trajectory. Like, The Rock was going to be The Rock. The Rock.
Yeah, but I think The Rock don't get to that same trajectory if he isn't involved in the feud with Austin.
No, not at all. No, not at all. Because The Rock turning on the Nation's domination made The Rock The Rock. The Rock was still was The Rock. Now, The Rock was even, Stone Cold made The Rock, because Stone Cold was so big and The Rock ended up having a feud with him, yeah, it made him like, oh, he's almost on his level. Some would say on his level. But The Rock, once he turned on the nation, he already had the mic skills. He
Hold on,
had the
wait.
wrestling.
Didn't you just say like what did he do and like bring somebody else up? Isn't that literally that?
But what I'm saying is, he didn't make The Rock The Rock. The Rock was already The Rock when he turned on the nation. If Stone Cold wasn't there, The Rock would have been Stone. The Rock would have took Stone Cold's spot and been the bigger dude.
I don't believe that.
So okay, if Stone Cold wasn't there, who would have been bigger than The Rock? Nobody.
I was gonna say, I ain't gonna lie, they were on a downward spiral, so I don't know. Like, it would be hard for me to say. Like, I don't know who would have been the Steve Austin in that time.
No, I'm just saying if Stone Cold wasn't there, The Rock would have clearly been the top dude. Like nobody else would have took that spot. Like The Rock charisma, like what The Rock was doing. That's why some people say, no, The Rock created Attitude Era. Like, no, Stone Cold. People go back and forth. The Rock was edgy now. Triple H and the DX was edgy, but The Rock was that standalone dude like Stone Cold was a standalone dude. So I feel like
yeah, but you just admitted that Stone Cold was the bigger standalone dude. I don't see Rock being that big as he was without Stone Cold. I don't see it. He would have had
the reason why he would have the reason why I think he would have been that big because nobody else was competing with him besides Austin. So he would have just inevitably been the Austin. And then some people think some people think he's bigger than Austin. And Dave's one of them. He watched it too.
No, I was gonna say in wrestling, there's no way you can say The Rock is bigger than all. I don't know.
It's not just Dave. There's a lot of people.
I know. No, trust me, I know. But I think that's when you go. Those are just Rock fans, right? Like if we did a tally of it, right? How many of those people who say that are Rock fans, right? And so the cool part is like you're an Austin fan, so you're clearly being fair, right? I'm not a fan of neither one of them like that. So for me, I'm just like, no, this is what I believe is the thing. Right. And so for me, that's my thing. But Yeah, it
is. It's a great talk wrestling. Hold up.
I'm a fan of both of them. Like
he said, hell yeah, in my Stone Cold voice, and he said, Stone is the GOAT. Now he definitely is the GOAT, man. But I think at the end of the day, nobody has longevity like Cena, if we're being clear, on top. You know what I mean?
Unless you're speaking of Hulk Hogan.
But who does John Cena work for now? The final boss.
No, you can say that. That's great.
Who does he work for now?
And what did I tell you? That would come back to haunt me. Just the fact that The Rock had to be involved with John Cena turning heel. That drives me up a wall.
So you know what's funny? We talked about it in the beginning, and hold up. Murder said stop. He said stop it. Triple H the boss. They all made each other greater. We did talk about it in the beginning. I actually and I said some people don't like it. I actually mentioned you. Because Rock is so big, and some people might say, is he bigger than Austin? I mean, because The Rock is the most followed person in the United States, because
600 million followers.
Yeah, because people know The Rock outside of wrestling as big. I think it was a great thing for Cena. Now, if I was a hardcore Cena fan and I just feel like, I wanted Cena to do it on his own, but it's like, this is bigger than Cena. So this is cool. If Cena's going out, why not do it? Like, when you think of Mania, you think of you want to have the biggest people at each other, the biggest stories. This makes the story bigger. And also, not for nothing, it kind of helps The Rock, because The Rock come out and be rambling and just sound dumb as hell. So it's kind of like he does.
Calm down, buddy.
I'm just saying, like when he came out with the whole "I want your soul," I was like, "What is he?" Everybody's like, "What does he mean?" Like, but I feel like the whole Cena thing, and now it helps The Rock whole angle even better. It's like, all right, now it sounds weird because like, well, why you just didn't get Roman to come out? But we're not gonna.
I don't know. I don't know what The Rock was doing coming out with those Powerpuff Girl pants that he had on in Elimination Chamber. I was like, I don't know what that is.
I guess that's like his thing now,
And even when you go back to when he told Cody, yeah, I want your soul. I'm like, hold up. Why is The Rock over here talking like he's Satan or something like that? Like they doing Illuminati stuff now?
No,
like, what's going on here?
I think The Rock
I want your
issue
soul.
I think The Rock issue is he's been in Hollywood so long he's having
Yeah.
trouble. He's having trouble remembering his wrestling, and he want to bring what he's learned to wrestling. But I feel like it's still wrestling first. And yeah, I know he want to kind of spice it up and shift it a little bit. But I feel like we don't want to, like, some of the stuff he's saying and doing just definitely don't come over well for wrestling fans. And he has to, he has to get that. But I think,
Yeah, I know.
yeah, that's it. But anyway, let's get back to this real quick because we could definitely go on with that. So Sammy and Owens, definitely good match. They did all the good things I wanted them to do. They beat the hell out of each other. They both had good spots. They both at times looked like the one could have beat the other. So I think the match was what it should have been. It was cool. What I'm not liking though is Kevin Owens for the last year always getting some heated beef with somebody and he's sitting in his car. It's almost the same exact thing with each person. And I need them to like, okay, what's the finale of this? Is this just always going to be Kevin Owens? Because I also don't like he never wins either. So it's like, okay, cool. Now he won, but it's like, did he win just for Randy to come back and then lose?
And I do think you're right about that. I do think you're. First of all, I'm probably on my island on this, but I thought they stole the show with that match. If we don't count Cena's heel turn at the end, I thought that was the best match. That was actually like the actual match.
I agree.
Itself.
I agree.
They stole the show with that match, which is really cool. It was in Canada. They're both Canadian. Their whole story. I think that was perfect. So that was really, really, really cool. But you do make a great point. I do think KO is. This is the problem, right? There's so many top dogs that the dudes like KO and Sammy. Well, Sammy's never been a champ, but I assume one day he will, right? But dudes like KO and all that who aren't like superstar type stuff. I think they don't even have a chance of winning the belt or anything like that anytime soon because everything is so like Hollywood in a sense. Kind of back to what you were saying. Everything feels Hollywood right now, especially since last year WrestleMania.
Right.
So I feel like they don't bring that to the table unless we need you to play a side character or something, which they can do really well.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I do think he won that just so that it seems legitimate, so that they can make a real match with Randy Orton and Sammy. They can always figure him out. I think Sammy is perfect for like, hey, we can bring out a new story that's gonna sound crazy on paper, and Sammy gonna make it for real. The fans gonna get behind him, and it's gonna be amazing.
No, I agree. So let's just talk about Randy coming out. It looked amazing. I feel like I guess he had to get the RKO off, right? Because after all that, right, coming back, it wouldn't be one of the things where Kevin just slide out the ring and run away. So I guess it was good that he hit him with the RKO. That was a good payoff.
Oh yeah, because it was a good teaser to the fact that Randy might actually punk kick him.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right. I had to think about it. I'm like, wait, so if he RKO'd him, how did it all end off? And I'm like, okay.
Right. Yep. Yeah. The punk kick was going to be the end all be all.
He was RKO'ing everybody.
Say that again?
He RKO'd everybody.
Oh yeah, he went in. So I want to bring this back though. Yes, this probably did steal the show, but I think if Naomi didn't get taken out of that match, the women's elimination chamber might have stole the show because they had Bianca the powerhouse. They had, Naomi was going to do some crazy stuff. They had, the new chick, what is her name again? Roxanne Perez. You had Liv, you have Alexa. I think if you got the chemistry of all 6 women, they might have had a chance. But this going into it with all the crazy, the only thing with this story was it was rushed because it literally just happened like 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? So, or what, 3 weeks ago. So, but the great payoff, that's a good way to talk about a good story. But again, it's not fair. You can't get that with other people because they got so much history. So, it was a story made since they was like 14 years old. Right.
Yeah. And to be honest, I really didn't think they were going to do it again unless, like you said, now Sammy turns on him. Because I'm like, it's been done already, and they've done it multiple times in the WWE, not just outside. I thought for sure we're not getting this again unless it's that way. Right. But I ain't gonna lie, they sold it to us again.
Yeah, and the only sad thing is, I thought this match should have been a WrestleMania match, but then forgetting that Randy had to come back. So it's almost like they kind of just
Mhm.
used Sammy, for a plot device,
Yeah.
But
And
but
that's the unfortunate part because he had his own little story going on that kind of just made you think like, yo, what's really going on? Remember, he's trying so hard to get his world title shot so he can win the world belt, and he just
right,
keep falling short. And then you had Karrion Cross keep coming by, which I actually
yeah.
do like. At first, I was like, yo, this guy, what the hell is he doing? But I actually do like that he constantly is always in somebody's ear. He don't got to be in a match, but he's in somebody's
Yeah.
ear, and I'm like, yo, I really
Did,
like this part of
did you
wrestling.
did you see last night?
I did.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that was
So,
cool.
yeah, I really like, that I like the way that looked like it was going. I was like, oh, he's gonna turn Sammy
Yeah, I'll be
bad.
right back.
Okay,
All right.
but so I thought, he was gonna turn Sammy bad or something. But
Mm-hmm.
we did bring up Randy. I think it's a missed opportunity. I'm sure they'll find some way to capitalize on it later on. But I did feel like it was a missed opportunity to have Randy come back. And because what's going on with Cody, there's no way you throw Randy in there just yet. You got to let that handle itself out. And I'm like,
You,
oh, the whole thing was, hey, if Kevin becomes a problem, then we're gonna have problems, and he clearly did. You know what I mean? So
you know what's a shame is you said something that was real powerful, and this is the thing. You were like, it's like Hollywood, and not everybody getting a chance to be in that spot. They're not doing the things. The problem is we got stuff like Randy. We want to see Randy and Cody, right? But you know what's crazy? I guess the CM Punk thing is getting in my head. You look at him, you're like, bro, you ain't got but a year left. So we can't keep putting that on everybody. It almost feel like every story has to be at this Mania.
yeah, has to.
And we gotta have to be like,
Yes.
hey, we can do it next year. But it almost feel
Yeah.
like some of the older people are like, bro, I think you're on your way out. I don't know why that mentality.
Or no, I agree. I feel the exact same way. Or I think what maybe they'll change the game up because Triple H in charge now. Maybe they go, no, all these big matches that you go could be WrestleMania matches. We're just gonna stretch out through the year, so you're gonna say, wow, what a hell of a year. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because you can't help yourself but go, I definitely want to see John and Randy Orton mix up again.
Right.
One more time, and we know it's going to be our last time, so we definitely want to see that happen. But then at the same time, oh, I definitely got to see Cody and Randy mix up. Like, the story they can come up there. So
Right.
yeah, I agree with you. Everything does feel like it has to happen now, but maybe we in our as fans
We
in our heads, pump the brakes
yeah, we
and
need
let
yep,
it work.
yep. We
Yeah.
need to come up with a list one day of all the people we need John to face, and we need to have also who will be the last person. Now, I was thinking, I said this to somebody, and real quick, and I'll leave it alone.
Okay.
How crazy is it John joined with The Rock, right? And what if The Rock end up being his last match? So he's heel, and then he's make his way back.
So what are you
Because
trying to do? You trying to get me to cry on here? What's up,
I
man?
know. Now, yeah, would it be cool if it was Randy? Cool, but who's the bigger thing?
See, that's what. See, look. You know what's funny is you almost becoming like, yo, would you work for them or something?
I know because
like,
now I sound like when they wanted Roman and Rock. I was like, for what?
Yeah, I'm like, yo, you trying to sell tickets? Like
Because that would be the bigger match, and I just think, yeah, Randy and John, yes, but here's the bad thing. Don't get mad at me and the universe, but Randy and John are just two older dudes that's hanging on of when should they retire. The Rock clearly retired, but The Rock popularity is so big. That's the money match and the storyline. You take John turning heel and go a whole 10 months, and then he get to leave as a face by beating the guy who he turned heel with. You can't write it how you want, but it sells itself.
it does sell itself. But I think like what happened at WrestleMania last year, right? That when we were there live too, by the way. There's a balance, right? There's a balance of sell us your biggest thing, but you can't slap the wrestling fans in the face, right? And I feel it could and will probably sell itself, right? But at some point, you're slapping fans in the face with that match. Because if you feel like Orton and John Cena are two old dudes hanging on by a thread, and also I don't know why, but I get it. John Cena's not as successful in Hollywood as The Rock is, but he also was there first. But like John Cena is still John Cena. John Cena still is somebody. He ain't, I feel like when sometimes when you speak, it sounds like John Cena just a wrestler. I'm like, yo, John Cena's a somebody in the world.
No, he definitely is.
You know,
But
so I think
Randy is.
he could sell his own stuff.
Yeah.
So, but it would be hard to. I ain't gonna lie. Everything has been thrown into a wrench for anything I could have forecasted for John because now he's a bad guy. So I don't know what's gonna happen. A lot of people keep saying no, but he's gonna be a heel. Then he's gonna turn good guy before he's done and all that. I'm like, what if he finish a heel? You know what I mean? So I don't know what's
Yeah, the sky's the limit now.
Yeah, I heard somebody say that he might turn back to babyface
That's what a
at
lot of
WrestleMania.
This WrestleMania?
They're saying that, yeah, they're saying that he might turn back and turn on the Rock at WrestleMania, and I'm like, I don't see how
You
that's
would literally
happening.
just waste it. You would just literally throw out everything you did for nothing.
Yeah, yeah,
Like you would literally
because
just
you
have
got to look
John
at it. They
heel
saying
turn. Go ahead.
they're saying it now that John Cena can't ever go back. They said after what he did and turning heel the way he did, he can never go back to being the John Cena
So
that we knew
I
back in the day.
remember I remember back in the day, I would have agreed with that. This is Triple H said it best the other day, and I agree with him. I was thinking about this today. He said this is the best form of entertainment. I mean, it's your preference, right? But he said what we do, no one else could do. And I was thinking of that, right? And I was like, damn, he's right. You can watch football, you watch anything that's
Hmm.
real, right? And it's legit. But it's real, it's legit. So it's up to your own talents, right? You can watch UFC and it's the greatest fighters and everything, and who's better than who, right? But to be physical and act, right? And you could say, okay, well, my favorite show, your favorite show got stunt doubles. These
Yeah, yeah,
guys
yeah.
are their own
They
stunt
are the
doubles.
stunt doubles.
They're
Yep.
their own actors. They're literally they're every facet of the entertainment that they put onto you, and nothing else is doing that like pro wrestling, right? Like,
Hmm.
yeah, UFC got cool when people like Conor McGregor was grabbing the mic and being all, that's what made him great, and Ronda Rousey, because they was actually bringing some of that, trash talk, bringing some of that, what you see on pro wrestling to their sport, but that's not really their thing, right? So, yeah, I just think so to say that is you could take Cena and make him do the most evil thing, but it's storytelling and they're actors also. And you could just write that in. And if you do it good, what's up, Purple? You could get that
Hmm.
great. Now he turned back. The same way we both can't decide if Tiffany is healed or not. Well, she's still healed. But again, that's storytelling, right? It's like the lines are a little blurred. You're not sure. And also, did anybody catch this? I don't know if she thought it was Candice LeRae, but did you see Tiffany kick Trish? She was like rudely, like,
Yes,
ooh,
yes,
like
yes,
stopping her.
yes, yes.
Yeah. No. I think that was more like a safety thing. Yeah, I don't think it was anything
Yeah,
to do with
yeah,
that or anything. No,
yeah,
that was a safety thing. She's like, yo, I'm about to go up on these ropes, and she's
No,
gonna do the
yeah,
bounce.
yeah.
So
You
she's
gotta get
I
like,
out the
yo, you're
totally,
way.
way too close. Yeah, you're way
I
too close.
totally get that, but the way
Yeah,
she
yeah.
did it, like her body
Yes,
movement, was
I
like
agree.
No, so
I
I
agree.
think she did that like stuck in character thing. Oh, I'm a heel. This is what a heel would do. Even if I'm trying to protect you, I can't make it look like I'm protecting you. I gotta heel it
that.
off. You know what I
That's
mean?
that again. That's what I'm saying. It's little stuff like that that was like, bro, she's not a good guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
All right.
What's up, Purple? What's up, Michael? Thanks for popping in.
Hey,
Let me
guys.
see. I feel we're talking about male soap opera with women as well.
That's what wrestling is.
That's what wrestling is.
That's
That's
what
what
wrestling
wrestling is.
is. A male soap opera.
All right, so let's shift gears. We obviously what's
Let's
cool
get to the
is
main stage.
so what's cool is last night one of the coolest things to hear was what's his name? Adam Pearce say, and on SmackDown, Jade and Randy Orton will be there. So it's
Hmm.
like, oh man, you gotta watch SmackDown. All right. So with that being said,
Yep.
um let's go to it's crazy. I don't have another picture. So I'm just gonna use this for right now.
Totally fine.
Let's go to the men's Elimination
That
Chamber.
makes paper.
And so we had Damian Priest, we
My
had
boy.
Logan Paul, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, and John Cena. Now, I'm going to ask you guys. I personally thought CM Punk was going to win it. I feel like you know, when some people you think they might retire, CM Punk be walking all looking hurt. That when he had that match and he beat Drew, I felt that was real. He was like, I don't know when I'm coming back, if I'm coming back. He looked like
I did think that was real. I thought
he looked like, bro, he hanging it up. So for me, I'm like, bro, they gotta give him his spot at Mania.
He did the same thing in AEW, man.
Huh?
He did the same thing in AEW.
Well, I know, but he in AEW, he got injured from, I think they said for every match he had, he got injured. Now, he's doing
Yeah, pretty
whatever.
much.
Same thing was happening in WWE, but now, you know, he's doing better, right? He hasn't been injured in a minute that we know of. He actually put on a little bit of size, so looking good,
He
right?
bulked up a little bit, yeah.
He's still on the mic, still killing on the mic. Now, I think him talking about he's still best in the world on the mic, but not in the ring. But anyway,
But see,
That's
on the
the
mic,
character, man. That's the character, okay? The character is he
that's
wants to be the
arguable.
best in the world. All right.
Yeah,
Listen, man, you ain't gonna do my boy like that. That's what
no,
we
I'm
that's
just saying. So,
that's arguable because you still got Chris Jericho out there. Even though I'm not a fan of Chris Jericho, but he's the man on the mic. You know, The Rock is still nasty on the mic.
yeah,
You got all
I'm
these
not
other
saying
people.
he's the best
You
on the
know,
mic, but I'm saying when he say he best in the world, I feel like you're talking about your mic skills, not your
yeah,
wrestling. But
yeah,
he's still in the ring doing his thing. He still do the same moves. He's just obviously not
yeah.
as fast and diving over the ropes and all that crazy stuff. But anyway, I thought he was going to win because it would have been him and Cody. That'd have been cool. I don't know how this went over my head, right? And I'll ask you guys next. But how I didn't think that Cena's last, they not going to let him main event Mania. I didn't. If I just thought of it that simple, I'd be like, oh, Cena's going to win. You know,
when you say it like that,
right?
but in all fairness, I would have argued probably that the guy, the real man that is John Cena, would have probably argued to not do it just because he's that guy. Like, you know what I mean? He's like, you guys
Right.
are the main event spot. I'm coming in, and you guys are giving me respect by giving me a spot. I don't need to take somebody's main event spot. So I would have probably argued with that. But when you do put it like that, it does sound like, I mean, you do make a good point.
Yeah. So let me ask you. Let's go with Dave. Who you thought was going to win the Chamber?
Honestly, I sound like you. I mean, I was rooting for Damian Priest, but I knew that was gonna happen.
Mm.
I would have liked to see Seth Rollins win it. That was me.
Okay.
I had a big feeling that John Cena was gonna take it, but you know, it was just like I knew that Drew McIntyre wasn't gonna win it. I knew that from the door. I said Logan Paul got a better chance of winning than Drew McIntyre does.
Well,
Um,
because okay, yeah.
like honestly, I thought it was gonna be CM Punk. I thought so because it doesn't have to be John Cena at WrestleMania to be his last match. It doesn't have to be, you know, for the belt to be his last match. But
Right.
the way I'm looking at it now, because of what happened, they're gonna give John Cena that 17th title.
All right, hold on. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. Now, yeah, Dave, we're gonna get to that.
I'm sorry.
All over the place when you start saying stuff.
Yeah, Eric, who you thought was gonna win?
I thought the only two viable options, I think we all agreed, was John Cena or CM Punk. Now
Right.
there was a left field option to go with Seth Rollins. There's definitely a story
Uh-huh.
there. And if anybody's earned something, it's definitely that man. But I thought it would have been CM Punk or John Cena, and I didn't really know who they would actually choose over either one. But yeah, I just thought it'd be one of them.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm sorry, I went through all of them.
Well, now we're here and knowing who won. Wow. So with that being said, let's talk about the match. So I think the match was good. It did what it needed to do, right? You know, they had some good spots. John and Punk being at the end, I think was good because it had me thinking, you know, CM Punk was going to win, right? And then also, when it was John and him, I went crazy. And but Logan, I think Logan did his thing. I think everybody did what they needed to do in the match. To be honest with you, okay.
I would argue Damian Priest was just a mere bystander. Just saying.
I agree. I agree. And I was upset about that because I'm like, you talking about a dude who's, I mean, if I stood next to Damian Priest, I would probably look like a midget. The dude is huge. Like you made him seem like he was a nobody almost. And I'm just like, this ain't right. But then, Drew McIntyre went out first, so it is what it
Yes,
is.
but he had spots that felt good in the port, and you could
Right.
still
Yes,
storyline.
yes, you are right. You're
So
right.
I have
You're
to give.
right.
Yeah.
Well, and to be fair, I almost felt like, not to be funny, I almost felt like Damien, they only threw him in there because he got sent to SmackDown. And it's like, okay, let's keep him on a flow. Let's not make it like he
Right,
got the
right,
message. You know what I mean?
right.
I almost feel like he didn't feel good in that match. And honestly, maybe years from now, but I don't feel like he's getting a world title for a while. I feel like he's not getting a world
That's
title until
that's
the
that could
guys
be
that,
true.
And yeah, it
That
might
could
be
be
over
true.
for him. Yeah, yeah.
That
well,
could be true, and it's sad.
Well,
he's a bit
isn't
younger.
he in his 40s, right?
So that's what I was gonna go with next. I'm wondering how old he is because I feel like he gotta kind of outlive the
Yeah.
the top dudes right now, and then if he's still around, then yeah,
Let me
it
see.
make him one of the big dogs.
Yeah, so I'm almost certain that he's in his 40s. Like I am certain he's in his 40s. I can't remember his exact age.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm
So
sure he probably is.
yeah,
Right?
yeah. So I already know that like it would be a very very slim chance that he outlasts those guys to become champ again. So I don't think he'll be champ again, but I think he'll be relevant.
He's 42 years old.
Okay, got it. I was looking it up. See,
42
that's
years
not
old.
bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, but it's not that good though. I mean,
No, I
because
hear you,
just
but
like what
I
Eric
feel
said,
like I feel like
to
I feel like
outlast
Seth,
everybody.
I feel like if Damien doesn't get fired, sorry to say that, he'll be around longer than Seth. He'll be around longer than Punk. He'll be around. I mean, now here's the thing: Jimmy and Jimmy's the future, man. But how old is
Jay,
I
Jimmy?
think so.
Jay,
I think so.
Jay. Damn, I've been
Jay,
doing that.
Jay, Jay, Jay.
And you know what's
You?
funny? Jay is my dude, and I keep calling him Jimmy recently.
That's all right. Jimmy
Anyway,
was always my favorite.
so this match, I mean, I don't know what else to say, but I think it did what it needed to do. But let's get to the end now.
Just also because you had mentioned when it was CM Punk and John Cena, I thought it was really good when it was CM Punk, John Cena, and Seth Rollins. I thought that's
Yes,
when the match
I
got
agree.
to like a really, really good feel.
Yeah,
Every
yeah,
spot was on the money. The
Yeah,
acting, the faces, everything was so good. Like
I agree.
that's all I
it
really
was
have.
I
really
agree.
good. They had me thinking John was about to get put out at one point.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Now,
it was
here's
pretty
what's
much.
crazy though. Only thing I feel that's messed up, but I almost feel it works. It's messed up that CM Punk shook John hand and then hit him. But then that saves it because people could be like, yo, that's dirty that John jumped. Like I was talking to somebody and it was like, oh, I think it was my brother. It's like, that's dirty that John jumped right on Punk after he got curb stomped. I was like, did you not see what he just did to him? So that was fair game.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I was gonna say, so how I looked at it was remember when they first got into contact with each other, they hugged it out. They hugged real quick.
Right.
yeah,
The first
yeah.
one.
I thought that was already the okay, fair game. We touched gloves. So
Right.
now when it was in that position, I thought that was more like gamesmanship. You know what I mean? Like, hey, we're gonna shake a hand one last time. I got you. And then if you wanted to say that, I was gonna say if anybody just go back and look. When John hops right on CM Punk after that, he literally says, "I'm sorry. I got to get it
Yeah,
together."
yeah.
No, he says, "I'm sorry," and then a couple other words I couldn't figure it out
Right.
exactly. But I know he says, "I'm sorry" when he hops on it. So even then, everything is still in character and totally makes sense. So to
Right.
me, it didn't feel off or anything.
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Good spot seeing that. That spot
Very
too.
good. Very good.
Um,
And Seth Rollins being right on time, on the money to hit the stop, like everything.
Oh yeah, that was
literally
crazy.
yeah, the camera angle didn't show him, so you just see my
Yeah,
man hit the
yeah,
ground and go, ugh.
yeah,
Like, oh,
yeah,
And then for him to roll out, stick around to get those faces and everything to really
hmm
story. I I mean, this is when you say like at the top level of doing everything. That's what's happening in those moments, literally.
Yep.
So
They're on their game, and I think whether it's Triple H, I don't want to get into the whole who's behind, but I'll just say the writing is really good. Like they're sticking with longer storylines. They're remembering stuff that happened before storyline. Everything is just tying together. You know when I feel like they first started doing that, one man I gotta give credit was Drew. Remember like a year or two ago when Drew was just always bringing up old stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, WWE act like that never happened. And like in the backstage, he had beef with everybody he ever had some type of something with. I was like, hey, Drew, man, you got beef with everybody. And I feel like everybody else was like, yo, this is pulling other people in. Because it's making, and it's like, and I feel like they just start like, oh, we need to do that with him. We need to do that with him. Oh, remember when they had a thing? He needed to bring it up. Like even when Punk came out last night, we'll get to, he just was like, who should I talk about? And it was just cool. He was just like, all right, you're just gonna bring up everybody. You know what I mean? So let's get to the end of this. So cool that CM Punk didn't tap out, just passed out. So save face, like, you know, even that was like, okay, that was smart. Now, when John won, I went crazy. I was wearing the shirt I'm wearing now. I was just like, what? I threw myself to the floor. I'm like, I can't believe it. How did I not see that? And it even set up what's coming after that. So, anything else you want to say about the chamber?
Nah.
let's get to this.
All right.
I just love talking junk about Logan Paul.
Let's get to the moment we came here for.
This is it. All right. Man. There it is.
A final ball. Final ball, send a pedophile.
I don't know, man. Like, how do we
They better do something.
somebody lead the charge on this, man.
They better all I'm saying is they better do it well because John Cena almost don't fit. It's so hard to look at John Cena as being a bad guy, heel, whatever you want to call him. It's just so hard to see it. He still has more convincing to do for me personally, but I mean, the way they did it was crazy.
So
Especially,
the reason why I
especially
disagree.
when Cody Rhodes was like, "Hey, Rock, go f yourself," and I was like, "Whoa, okay, they're taking advantage of Netflix finally." You know, they have Michael Cole cursing and all that stuff. I'm like, okay, it's about time. You know, that's what they doing. You know, when they said, all right, it's WWE now, get the F out. Okay, now they're gonna get the E out and get the PG to era to go bye bye.
I don't think they go on that far, but
I don't know because listen to how CM Punk was talking on wrestling.
no, I think
He was on
it's what
Netflix and
Triple
he
H
was
said
cursing.
before. I think it's what Triple H said about the blood thing. He said, you don't do this all the time because then it's not special. So you do something when it's meant to be. Cody said, go F yourself, and then you see in the background Cena go, yeah, that made it even more of a shock. CM Punk coming out the way he did last night had like that made sense because of where we are, what he might lose. What I love what he said, and I don't want to get too far away, is he said, oh, you must think this is my only chance to main event. And I was like, ooh. And I was having a conversation with my brother. He was like, I mean, main event don't mean that you're the champ. And I was like, yeah, kind of mean you going for a title. I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, no. He was like, think about last year, the tag match main evented. I was like, he was like, that wasn't for a belt. So, anyways, so let's come back to this. Reason why I think Cena can be a heel, bro, when we sometimes say he was never bad, I was like, oh, I forgot they don't consider him bad when he was basic Thugonomics. I mean, he felt like it to me, but he just was anti-hero. Like, he technically wasn't bad. He wasn't a heel, but he damn sure was cursing. I mean, everybody was at the time, but I mean, he damn sure was so edgy. It was like,
He couldn't have been a good guy, right?
right. You're like, yo, he's not a baby face.
Yeah,
So
you could just and you were able to place him in spots to play either or.
right, and I think he can be a heel. One, he's an actor. Two, he's that look. What I just need him to do, if we getting crazy, right? If we throwing our wish list out there, can he come back with a bald head and a goatee?
Oh, you want him to look like Stone Cold?
Yep.
All right, this is where I gotta interrupt. All right, I gotta interrupt. I can't. This is gonna go crazy. All right,
That's how big Stone
uh,
Cold was.
I gotta let everybody know. I thought the heel turn with John Cena and having Rock be involved in any shape, way, form, or fashion was just like I think John Cena is more than capable of pulling it off himself, and it would have. I think it'd still be as big. I really truly believe that. Maybe I'm crazy, but I really believe it still would have been as big as it was. And I have faith, meaning that I don't think he's shown us yet, but I have faith that he can be a great heel because he's got the acting skills and everything. Well, one, if you work for the WWE and you've been a top guy, chances are your acting skills are already good.
Correct.
But then he actually went out into Hollywood and was doing his thing, and I haven't seen much of his stuff, but I've heard it's not bad. So what did it enough for me to go, oh, I can have faith, was, that disgusted look he had on his face, that's it for me. That's it.
That's it.
That's
All
it.
he got to do is walk around with
needed.
that face. And here's the thing. The reason why I think he's going to be good at it, one, he's been a wrestler for so long. He's went against heels. He knows what you need to do to be a heel.
Yeah,
You didn't have to. John Cena's been wrestling for so long. He can be a heel because he's fought heels. So it ain't even a question. It's not like, oh, the new guy, like, I don't know, he's such a baby face. John has so many great stories with heels that he could be a heel. Like, let's just be clear. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. And I do agree with you. John turning heel, they could have wrote almost any story and it would have been just as good. The question is Rock using that as a spotlight for himself? I don't know, but I think it is gonna be good. Because this whole, Cody, your soul, blah blah blah. Excuse me, Cody having beef with him before, and they string it along these couple years. Excuse me, and then now everything he was offering him, you could be so much more. Now you're like, oh damn, that's gonna go to Cena. So listen, Cena could have a really big hit movie, and then act like it's
so that's why everything he said was dumb. That's literally why I think that was dumb, huh?
Yeah,
what The Rock said. Yeah. To Cody, like, bro, you can't guarantee nobody a movie outside of the WWE and all that. Like, they should have found a different wording on. I think when I asked you and Energy, I had the perfect explanation. You guys were like, no, this is just like their take on like the corporate stuff. Like, remember back in the day, they would do corporate stuff, and I was like, oh, and when you said it like that, one, it made total sense to me, and then two, now that we have all the knowledge that we have now, it totally is exactly what you said it was. Right. So I'm like, oh, okay, but I thought we missed a really good opportunity to see what this thing would have looked like with them both being good guys. I really truly believe that. I think that was a missed opportunity. Let's say, right, and I get it, everything's got to happen at certain places to be as big as it's got to be, so I get it that maybe the way I would have wanted wouldn't have worked. But I would have loved to see John and Cody have, like, the good guy, like promos and stuff, like, you know what I mean, talk to each other. Like, I would have really wanted to see where that could have went before John would have had to turn and everything. Right. But everything had to happen. But I really do think that's a missed opportunity to see.
I think it might have been bigger if John won the Chamber. The Rock thing never happened. John versus Cody, and John turned at Mania on Cody and do something dirty.
Thank you. So I think we were speaking, and I told you, but I'll say it on here. So I wish I knew the guy's name so I can give him credit, but I know they have a podcast, and he said that basically the whole Cody and Rock thing should have basically played out till WrestleMania, and basically almost like that same thing. He'd have been like, "Hey Cody, are you down with me? You down with me?" It'd look like Cody was gonna turn heel because the Rock pops up at Mania, and then
Mm.
bam, Cena the whole time. It would have been the biggest thing in the world.
Because
But
it had been at Mania. Like
yeah,
it even sounds weird when you're like, oh, the biggest thing happened. You're like, oh, what did happen at Mania? No, it's Elimination Chamber. Like, what?
Yeah, but they got to make it where everything ends, like the story not ends, but everything builds up to Mania. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they got to do. That's
absolutely.
why
It's
they did it like
business.
that.
Yeah, it's business. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I
I
mean,
just think,
that's what they doing.
I mean, okay, so if we paint the picture that The Rock ended up showing up at Mania and Cena didn't turn, then yeah, we would have been giving it away that like, oh, Cena's about to turn at Mania at the match. So I guess you wouldn't
Well,
want to
no, a
throw
lot
it
of people
away.
also thought that Cody was going to turn too. So
Right,
I think you just go, which one is it? And that's enough for me to go, I'm watching.
Mhm.
right. I guess the thing is they would have really had to play it off good for these next couple months. So to not
Absolutely.
give it, or for the to give it away.
So to be
So
honest, this is all they had to do. I think, right? Rock comes out same time he came out, whatever, same thing, right? Same thing goes on. He just doesn't give him a date that he needs a response by. And so everybody's still wondering, like, hey, yo, what the hell? Rock come out and say that thing
Yeah,
for?
yeah, yeah.
And then in the match, my man come out. Now everybody going crazy, like, oh, Cody got to be turning heel. And then it go the other way. Hey, man, hire me, man. I'm telling you, we can do something, you know?
so hold on, because we gotta get a detail.
Okay,
All right,
okay.
so Rock never give a date. Rock show up every now and then. Cody's like looking bewildered, you know, the look he put on his face. So we don't know.
Yeah.
Cena win the chamber. They make it. They have some good back and forth between each other. Oh, you know, I want to win. Like, oh well, you know, I finished the story. Oh my God, thank you so much. Wait, so this is chicken. Oh man, and beans. Hold up. Oh my God. Hold up. Oh, what took myself out? So we got beans that I love, some fried chickens the way I like it, small little pieces, and then some plantains. We went to a flea market over the weekend and bought some plantains. So you guys gotta check out that video when I get around to making it. But
Do you have rice on that plate or something?
nah, just
It's
beans.
straight beans. He
Yeah,
gonna be
we
farting like crazy tonight.
yo, you know what's
Nah,
crazy?
not even that, but like, yo, you good? What's going on?
We came to Florida, and I always liked beans, yo. But you know, you could get them when you can. Mostly, it got refried beans. Yo, everywhere we go in Florida, got beans on the menu. I'm like, yo, I'm loving this. Like, what? Like, it's cool. Anyway, so you make it to Mania, and then let's say to begin, you have Cody music hit or Cena music first coming to thing, super good guy, Cody music hit, whoa, they get in the ring, the ref get in the middle, and then the Rock music hit. They both turn, look, the Rock come out, Cody. And so, yes, everybody would have been like, oh, snap, he's about to turn. Now, I don't know if it'll suck because you wouldn't get a good match, but if Cena turned, but then I guess the problem is Cena would have had to beat him down before the bell rung, clearly be bad, and then they still have a match, but then Cena win. So I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, so paint the picture of how you would have wanted it to go.
Okay, my rough copy would probably look something like, okay, they get to Mania, like you said, same thing, promos, everything goes well and all that, and they're having a match. And I mean, they're tearing the house down. And the good old wrestling, old school, oh, the ref got knocked down. And now the ref knocked down, everybody knows this was some shenanigans about to happen. That's when the Rock's music hits. So the ref is down. Everybody knows the ref's down. Rock's music hits, and everybody just wants to immediately link their head to, yo, remember what Rock said to Cody? And nobody's even thinking about Rock and Cena, right? And the Rock come out, and rough copy right off the top of my head, maybe something like Rock maybe comes in the ring, right? And he either could have a weapon or he just comes in the ring and is like picking Cody up to like, hey man, prep him. Like, hey, wake up. Like maybe both people are down or something. So now he's like trying to get him up, and now they're waiting for Cena to get up. And everybody's thinking like, oh no. And Cody's kind of got like that lost look on his face, and then Rock just turned around and hit Cody too. Or they do movie things too, so I guess I could word it like a movie, right? Maybe you just find some way to make them both get up sort of simultaneously, and everybody's thinking, "Oh, John about to get the rock bottom," and then he drop he drop it on Cody, and then John Cena and him clearly got like a look of agreement, and my man just kind of give him the signal to pin him, and John just go for the pin.
My issue is you never have that. Go F yourself in your scenario. I feel like that's so powerful.
That was huge.
Don't get me wrong. That was a good moment, especially as a wrestling fan, to recognize that, hey, they don't even let that happen like ever. So to get that line off was really cool as a wrestling fan. It was like, oh, snap. It makes you feel like something's different. But I ain't going to lie. I so would not have that moment to have the John Cena heel Rock thing happen at WrestleMania. To me, that's a total.
I just feel like if you could have added it in there somehow, you know what I mean?
No, because then there's no thought that you think if Cody tells Rock to do that, then you don't even think that it's going to be Cody that's turning bad. The whole thing is my angle would set it up to thinking that at WrestleMania when Rock music hit, you almost certain Cody's turning. Like, it almost feels like guaranteed cash in money now at that point.
All right, well,
and swerve you.
What if on night one Rock and Cody have some type of exchange in the ring or via satellite or something, and he say, "Go F yourself," and it'd have been via satellite, so Rock ain't even there, and Cody's in the ring. And then on night two, so you at least got that, because I feel like we need that.
I don't think we do. To have the bigger moment, and that's John turning heel. I just don't think we do. To be honest, anybody can say that. Like, of course, obviously, of like relevant. Like, if it's Roman and Seth, I think that moment with that line is just as big still. You know what I mean? So I don't think it had to be Cody saying it to Rock for that line to really hit. That line.
I think the reason why it hit so hard, because this was like his final no, because he gave him an ultimate. This was a date.
Well, you know what I mean? I to be honest, in all fairness, I think the reason why that line was even a thing was because of the line it was, and we know as wrestling fans that they don't just say that. They wouldn't have said that back in the day like that, and they definitely say from the recent era. You know what I mean?
What I'm saying, the reason why it was a thing was because he had an ultimatum. He had to tell him by Elimination Chamber, and it was Elimination Chamber. So this was the ultimate no. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but again, I think the line still makes the moment that, like, the reason why I got the pop it did is because that line, like, it had nothing I don't think like I get it, the whole him saying no, having a final no on the ultimatum thing. I just don't think. I think if he don't say it like that, the crowd doesn't react nearly as much. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I think that line you could just give any big dogs in their story. If you give them the proper setup for that line, I think they're gonna get that reaction, and you can get that.
Well, yeah, I just think it was perfect because it was his final no. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like he was gonna ask again. So he knew, like, okay, this is what I gotta say to Rock wants my answer, and this was his answer, because it wasn't like he was gonna be like, well, we'll see. It wasn't like he was gonna say, go F yourself, Rock. He was like, well, we'll see if you change your mind by SmackDown. You know what I mean? It was like, this was it. So, yeah, I think, doing something dirty at Mania for me makes more sense, because now you got to wonder if now Cena loses is almost stupid. You know what I mean? And he could lose.
So that kind of total great point. Because the heel turn, and as big as it was, there's no way. And this is, and usually when I say that, I'm saying it in like, for the betterment of wrestling, because I'm a wrestling fan. So like, betterment of wrestling. Now there's it's more of like the betterment of for like business and stuff. There's no way. Exactly. Yeah. There's no way John Cena turns heel, and then like no, this is so I ain't gonna lie, right? We asked for two things. If we can get one of them, that was cool. But now I'm almost certain we're getting both, which is amazing. It's crazy, right? We got a John Cena heel turn, and he's gonna win the belt again. So and break the record. This is 17 times. So I think for sure now we're getting them both, and because of the timing and everything. There's no way that I think you could even script it where John doesn't win. I just don't think any of that would make sense at all.
Yeah, if he don't win that Mania, it's almost like for nothing.
Agreed. And
Pretty
then
much.
I'm gonna feel like, why do you have Rock there? So the crazy part is obviously right. I think it's no secret. I'm not the biggest Rock fan. If anything, I probably am kind of a hater. I think I have to be labeled as a hater. I can't even be like I'm in the middle. No, I'm kind of a hater. So I there that does bother me that just because it was The Rock, he had to be involved in John Cena's thing. But at the same time, stuff like John Cena stays in character, comes to the press conference things, pick up the mic, drops the mic, I'm out of here, right? Rock comes by and he's talking like he's Dwayne, not even The Rock, the final
Right.
boss who just did his thing. Like, good Lord, you could at least do John that justice, you know? So,
Got a good point. Got a good point.
and I'm not the
I'm
only one that says stuff like this. Obviously, I've seen it online as well, but you already know how I felt immediately when I seen The Rock being involved in his thing. So.
this is very minor, but the whole "Go F Yourself" Rock. How was that not edited? And they were editing the whole time when the crowd was saying holy holy shit. They were editing that, but then when he comes out to say "Go F Yourself," they didn't edit that out.
So I think they stopped doing that. The whole editing, the holy thing. I think they stopped doing that once they came to Netflix. But they might maybe do it still on SmackDown because SmackDown's on the USA Network now. So I
Right.
don't know if they do it there, but I'm almost certain that they've been stopped doing that. So there was nothing special there. Also, from things I've read, they could totally be false. So don't hold me to it. But from things I've seen, they said that this was such a secret, John turning heel and how everything was going to play out, that Triple H basically, once the match ended where John won the Elimination Chamber, he basically took over all editing and production. So
No, you know what's
basically,
crazy? Did you see the press conference?
no, I didn't actually. I didn't.
Oh, okay, yeah. You know what's crazy? Triple H said that. He told everybody
Okay,
that.
okay, cool.
Yeah,
So what I
yeah, yeah.
read,
Yeah, that came from
Yeah,
his mouth. Yeah.
okay, cool. So what I read is facts. Okay, cool.
but they were
Yeah.
editing. They were editing the crowd throughout the pay per view,
I
and
didn't notice.
then
I didn't notice that.
yeah, yeah, they did.
And
They did edit the crowd throughout the pay per view, and then for this part, so that just shows how him saying "Go F Yourself" that was totally planned. To get the crowd like, oh my god,
yeah, it was,
that was like the
Yeah, of
Undertaker,
course they knew what they were
break.
doing with the line. Of course, yeah.
That was like Brock breaking the streak. They knew it was gonna happen. It's like, wait, whoa. They caught
Right.
everybody
Yeah,
by
yeah, yeah.
surprise.
The 3 count happened. No music played. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Everybody was like, what?
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna be the most disgruntled individual if Cena don't win at Mania.
Yeah, I don't even see a world where that happens, to be honest. I ain't gonna lie. For some reason, in my head, I have so much faith in John Cena that I literally it's so weird that I don't even think about his heel turn going bad. I keep telling myself in my head, I guess, I don't know, that like this year of wrestling from starting at WrestleMania to even possibly the next WrestleMania, I think is gonna be one of the best years of wrestling you can get. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I
I
think
think it's going to be that
and
good. That's how good I
I,
think it's. I could be wrong, but
He's gonna have
I
to come out. He has to come out with a new arsenal of moves. He
so
has
I
to.
don't think so. I don't think so. A heel, yeah, new Arsenal mule moves is less moves. He's a heel now. You know what I
I'm
mean?
just saying he's gonna have to change it up and not do the same old
now, so
that he's been doing
Dave,
for
I don't know
years.
if you've seen the interview, but he basically said when he was when cause they had planned that he was going to turn heel
Right.
against him and Rock won at
Mm.
WrestleMania. So he said I wasn't thinking about the stuff like my move said, oh, me doing new moves and stuff, but he was thinking about stuff as like I'm going to change my gear. He recorded a whole new song. So like it's stuff like that that's gonna change. So when you said instantly when you said John don't even look like he fit in with them, right there. And I was like, no, it's totally right. You're absolutely right. And he definitely don't look the part, but I'm like, that's because he's
Nah.
still wearing the jean
Correct.
shorts, the baby blue, you know. So it just, of course, he don't look good right there. And I ain't gonna lie, my guy need a tan or something, you know. He
Yo,
needs
he
Yeah,
something.
started to
he
look like
was super
Sheamus.
pale.
He
No,
started to
bro,
look
he
like
need to shave
Sheamus.
his head, man. He need to shave. You can't be the bad guy with a bald spot, man.
Nah, John ain't gotta do
Hey,
nothing. John ain't gotta do nothing.
hey.
But my thing with John is he does movies, so I feel like that probably foreshadow he's not going to shave his head because he's, Now, this is what I want. I want John to give us 1 year of his life. Like, don't do another movie. Don't be on another set for a year. I need you to give me.
Hey, that's what I ain't gonna lie. That's what I thought we were getting.
I mean, he was doing so well. I think because a couple weeks ago they said, "Oh,
Yeah. I was gonna say no. You're right. He has been doing stuff. I'm saying that what you're saying, I thought that's what we were getting, but it clearly came to past that. Oh no, he was still filming and stuff.
right."
So I think he might be done now or whatever. I didn't look too much into it, but I think he might be done now.
I
But
hope
that's what
so.
I originally thought we were getting. Was he said, okay, no movies or anything for a year, and let me just do my last year. So I did thought that's what we were getting, but
So here's where I want to go. Let's go. Let's go with this thing.
okay.
I might be getting crazy, bro. I want him to have a faction. Like I just want it to be so out of John Cena. Like I want him to be when they have that bad guy that's just like people are terrified when they show up. Like I want John to be almost the NWO or the DS. Like I want John to be like John and his people come up. Dude, I want it to be so crazy that John people get every belt. I want to have a stable and all his people at one point have every belt.
It's
So
not
it's
gonna
like
happen.
all right. So this is why I disagree. So I definitely disagree with all that. One, again, I think John Cena is so good he doesn't need to do it with anybody else. But two, if he does that, then you could just compare him to the NWO, like you just said, the Bloodline. I think if you want this to be so special, like I don't think it's special already because John Cena is a heel, right? And he's the current John.
Hmm.
Right.
No. But I think if you want to keep making this feel special and you just had the bloodline, you can't go faction. Even though it kind of looks like he's in a faction, but technically he's the only wrestler in there right now. So in my head, I think you don't go faction, and he's just the beat up. Like I'm John Cena. I used to fight multiple people at once and stuff like that.
Super
So
Cena.
exactly, yeah. So I'm Superman. But when he got corrupted or whatever, and he was with the Red Sun standing out there,
Red
and he's
Kryptonite.
mad they killed what's her name. So I wanted him to almost be like that Cena, and I wanted to feel like there's nothing he won't do. You know what I mean? Like he'll beat you up and he'll cheat too. You know what I mean?
Right.
We'll
Listen, I
see.
want it all. And so, but I'm like you. I have confidence that Cena has been wrestling so long. He knows what people like. He knows what people don't like. I have confidence that, and he's going to have creative control. I have confidence he's going to be like, no, we're not doing that. I got confidence he can be like, no, this got to be special. You know what I mean? Now, with that saying, he still went and did it with The Rock. So I guess at the end of the day, the
That's
Rock
right.
story with Cody, it was a thing before Cena was doing his farewell tour. So they just figured, let's throw it together, whatever. So and to be honest with you, it still is a big deal also. So I just
Yeah, no, of course. Wait, so did they ever explain what Cody felt in the Rock's hand? No, that just never came to fruition.
no.
No, right?
No, I didn't. I thought wasn't it his dad's ring or something like that?
No, I
I don't
thought
know. I
that was
guess I
like
have to look it up.
I was gonna say no. I thought that was like speculation. I thought that's what we were all trying to figure out. Like, oh, maybe it was his dad's this or that and
Right.
stuff. But I don't think it was ever confirmed or nothing.
Yeah, I guess
Like,
not. Well, I think what was kind of stupid was when he said, remember he said to Cody, never break my heart again, way back when. So then when he said it now, I was like, what? Never, why'd you say it before? Like, what is, I don't know. The Rock just, he
yeah.
isn't in.
So unfortunately, yes, I know I'm a Rock hater, so I know this doesn't sound good coming from me, but it does seem And I'm trying to remember who was saying this around last year's WrestleMania. And I was like, no, I actually think Rock actually kind of stands now and just trying to do where he can fit in and kind of do his part. But it does feel like Rock is almost trying to be involved in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And sometimes they don't always have a direction. Sometimes they
Yep.
just, throw him out there and he'll say certain things. So maybe if they want to later on, play off of that. But it feels like he's got a lot of different stuff that's out there and it just don't even work. And
You know
I'm
what?
sorry, but nobody can explain to anything that would make sense of why he would help John Cena turn heel and then not still stay in character in the press conference. I just don't. That doesn't make no sense to me, other than showing what some people deem to be his real personality, as in like, oh, I'm here. Now I got the people's eye. Like I don't know.
No, I agree with you. I think unfortunately, Rock has too much creative control. I think some of the stuff they should probably be like, somebody need to tell him no. Like, nah, man, we're not doing that. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
Or
On
here's
both.
the problem. Rock has been known to ad lib, right? He's really good, right? And he also been known to write stuff on his hand, but he's known to just go out there and go with it. So I think the problem is no one's like what do they call it? Not fact checking, but no one's like proofreading his stuff. No one's like, what are you gonna go out there and say? I feel like he say it, and some people like, if he is telling them like, no, I got this, and they probably like, okay. Or if he says it, I feel like somebody's not saying, don't do that.
Right, right.
That's what it feels like to me. Because that whole thing on SmackDown just was so like, what?
Oh,
So
wait, I got a question too. I've been seeing this online, and I think people are totally wrong trying to even relate it to John. But they were trying to say Rock was foreshadowing that it was John Cena, because remember he would come out and then he would do like the three thing.
that's what
And
Dave
to
was
me,
just saying earlier.
yeah,
Yeah.
and to me, I'm sorry, that is just so not true. If you remember when you watched the thing, he's like counting down, almost in a sense, to let the people in the back know when I hit 3, you're gonna play my music.
Yeah.
So to me, that's like it don't make
Nah,
Yeah, that's
it's
what I
more
was
than
and
just
that.
saying. He went
and
like this, yeah.
It's more than
it,
that because he
yeah.
did two.
I, well,
It's
I
more
was
than
about to
that.
say, yeah, I was about to say, and then after he does the 3-1, he comes back at a different time and he does the 2 thing, and I'm trying to remember who is Cody and what Roman in the ring. So there's no way to me that had anything to do with John Cena.
I agree.
No,
Yeah,
not
no.
to say that it has something to do with John Cena. It just has to do with who else he's going to add to the faction. Because once he did the 3, then now he got John Cena, so he did the 2. So now it's like, okay, who's
No,
going to
no,
be
no,
the
no.
one?
But he did, Dave. He did the 2 before the John Cena. So he did the 2 when it was Roman and Cody had teamed up and they won their match. So now they're standing in the middle of the ring. Rock music hit and he come out and then he had the 2 fingers in the air. So that's where I'm like, that can't. There's no way that can link to John Cena.
Unless that was the time when he made the deal with John Cena. I
I
don't
just
know.
feel like The Rock. I didn't take any of that out of context. The Rock always do his thing where he's like counting down to his music, and then he's like, you know what I mean? That's all that is. I never took that as anything more than that. I could be wrong, but
We shall see.
yeah. Um,
Just remember, the final boss is the great one.
no,
Just
he
remember
definitely
that.
is. He's just
He
I
is
also
the
feel like
great
he's
one.
not in touch with the current product, but and he's trying to like mingle with it. But I think it's going to be good. I think what's cool, what he said is on one of the interviews, he was like, I think this should be a world where you don't have to have a match. He was like, I almost feel like he's at the point where he's like, bro, I'm not wrestling again. The way
Yeah,
he
yeah.
said it, he was like, me and Cody, he was like, why does it have to lead to a match? You know, it should be polarizing characters where they don't have to even get involved and get in the ring. I was like, huh? That's not wrestling.
Hey, bro, that's the business we in.
Right.
Yeah,
Nobody wants to see
yeah.
people talk crap to each other, and then they don't even get to touch each other.
Well, you know why? Because he has stunt doubles. Is what I said earlier. For him, he looks the part. He can't play the part. Remember the year before he actually joined, and Triple H was like, "Look, I don't know if The Rock is in ring shape, you know, for what we
Yeah,
do."
yeah,
So at the end of the day, I feel like that to me was like he's probably like, "Dude, I'm not getting in the ring. I don't need to get in the ring at this point. You know, I'm the
Okay,
final
okay,
boss."
okay, okay, okay. Now that I got you where I want you, We both can we agree? There's no way in hell John Cena and The Rock should be his last match.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, now we can't do it
But
like that.
maybe if they want him to end off as a face, then they might say, "Look, Rock, you probably need to get in ring shape because this will be the culmination of if they keep the story." Here's the thing: if Rock, if now Cena's heel, and then Rock and Cena kind of don't really have dealings, and Cena's just heel, then it's almost like, yeah, he's probably gonna at the end of it all face the Rock, beat the Rock, and turn face, right? But if you see the Rock is like still around, is like I don't know, you know, like so it all depends on how we see this happening. I'm clamoring for the next time Cena's on television, like
Yes. So I believe so they had Cena's dates already, and I think we'll have like this week and then maybe next week with no Cena, and then we get Cena or something. I could have my dates totally messed up, but I know I've seen the dates that he's advertised for. I think basically when their overseas tour starts, that's when he's like for sure promo advertised for. So I think they're going to give us some time to. But then again, at the same time, I get it. You can't give us too much now, but because fans will pick it apart. But at the same time, we don't got long either because WrestleMania is only like 40 something days.
right.
So we got to do it right.
So here's the thing. Did people? I seen a thing yesterday on YouTube. I didn't click on it because somebody was like, "Here's Cena's his heel music that was never used." Did anybody ever get their hands on that? I almost feel like John made it like no one heard it.
Not that I know of. I know there was a joking thing that I think I sent you where it was like, "Oh, he already got his music made," and it was like, "I'm a bad man,"
Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, no, I haven't seen anything that would even make me believe.
And it's funny because as soon as you played that, I was like, obviously it's a joke because that was on the old album. That dude saying I'm a bad man is Freddie Fox. But
Right.
and like I said, that was one of my favorite ones. But
I know. Yep.
I wonder, like, is he gonna have tights? Is he gonna I wonder what he's gonna like. This is like, you know what I mean? Like every part of it is like, well, the only thing I could predict is just the way he's gonna act. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna be good on the mic.
He got to change everything.
He's gonna talk tough. He's gonna call his shots. I mean, him just saying "put me in the chamber." Okay.
So I thought about this, right? I think I was in my head. I was like, oh, maybe this is easy to figure out. And so I can't explain what the ring gear is going to look like. But Cena was already a suit guy. If he's like corporate now, in my head, it just made more sense. Like, oh, he's just going to be a bad guy in a suit. I could be wrong, but that's what I just seen it as. Obviously, I don't know what the ring gear looked like, but I just thought he'll come out in the suits and he's going to play the bad guy part, and he's already supposed to be a part of like.
The only reason why I don't want him to be the dude in the suit because he said when he retired, that's pretty much what he's going to dress as.
I agree with you.
You know what I mean?
Yep,
so it's
totally.
like, so you're going to be heel for 10 months wearing a suit, and then you're going to be done and be wearing a suit. You know what I mean? We want to kind of disassociate you with the character. Either way, man, it's a great time to be a wrestling fan. WWE is on. I don't even know what AEW could be doing right now, but man, oh man.
I don't think so. The problem is, while we already, WWE, when I say we already have the bigger audience. But it's to this point where the stuff that's happening, I think the stories are so good, and this almost like solidifies why story is so important to wrestling than just wrestling, right? And I think the story is so good that it's got everybody wanting to see. I think John Cena turning heel for wrestling fans was like a snap back to you being a kid again. I don't know, not one person who watched John Cena turning heel did not feel at least a spark or a second of like, oh, I felt like a kid again as a fan. It almost felt like I believed it. So,
listen, just John Cena retiring, talking about this is last year, got me buying a John Cena shirt. Like
every time he came out, I got emotional. I don't know why, and I couldn't help it. But he's a bad guy. I mean, you forgot the cap was loose, and now everything just fell in. You know what I mean? We just overdoing it.
It's so good. It's so and it's even more like I'm dying to hear Jade come out. I'm dying to see what Randy's gonna say. I'm dying to see Bianca, what she gonna say on SmackDown. And then we didn't even get into EO beat Rhea on Raw.
Okay. All right, wait. Before you get there, because I know I'm gonna forget this, and because it keeps slipping, and I'm like, oh wait, I gotta remember. Me and you, we wanted Roman and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania.
Yes.
I got worried for us. I ain't gonna lie. On Monday, I got really worried. I said, "Oh no, this might be the direction they're going." But I thought if they go that direction for WrestleMania, Roman's got to miss it. He's just not now. He's got to be for real life hurt, and he got to miss WrestleMania if they're not. If they were to go that route. But I see what they did there. They made the match for next week, not at WrestleMania, and I think we gonna see something with Roman or something, so that way we can go back in that direction, and I'll be totally happy, like a kid in the candy store, But then at that point, I don't know what you do with CM Punk.
I thought for sure that match was gonna be a Mania match, and when they was like next week, I was like, what?
Yes.
Whoa. You know what they're doing? WWE is going into crazy territory. They're trying to say you can't miss our programming. You can't miss a Raw. You can't miss. Remember, Tiffany won her belt on a SmackDown.
Yep.
EO just won the belt on Raw.
Yep.
Now, here's my thing. Is it going to end up being just Tiffany versus Bianca at Mania? Are they not going to somehow slide Rhea?
Tiffany, or you mean EO versus Bianca?
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. I was like, wait, what happened? Okay. I think right where you were going with it is where I'm leaning towards. First of all, I ain't gonna lie. I even think it's possible somehow they even figure out a way before Mania to put the belt back on Rhea. Ooh. I think maybe this is like a story work or something. I think at the least it's a triple threat, but I just don't see Rhea not being in that match. I felt like, you had the two big dogs. Like, it's Charlotte, and then it was like, oh, who came after her that was kind of running stuff? Like, oh, it was Bianca, and then Rhea. You know what I mean? Right. And I feel like Rhea really got her spot because Bianca went off to the tag division. So it was like, this is gonna be so good. So I don't see no way that Rhea is not involved in that match, some way, shape, form, or fashion.
Oh man. Well, here's the thing. Rhea did give EO a rematch. So who's to say Rhea be like, yo, give me a rematch because I gave you a rematch.
Like give me a shot. Yeah. Like give me a shot. Yeah. Because I gave you a shot after I screwed you. Yeah. I mean, that's possible. So that's in my head. I thought, remember again, this is the Triple H era. So if you earned it and you deserve it, he gonna find some way to make sure I get you back on that. Right. So EO, I think, has been doing her thing. So maybe this is a way to say, hey, listen, we could do something for you. We'll make you another time champion. But just so you know, you're going to have to come up off that belt again, and we're going to do it before WrestleMania. To be honest, she walked into last year's WrestleMania as champ. I don't think she needs it now.
I was about to say, who was champion at WrestleMania and then lost it and got it back and was like, who done that?
About to head back into WrestleMania as a champ. I agree.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yo, Bailey got to be like, what?
So what's funny is I pick and choose when I want to be the booker, right? It's because then in moments like these, I go, hey man, the match to make is Rhea and Bianca. So are we trying to sell out both nights or what? You know what I mean?
Well, here's my problem. The match to make is not Rhea and Bianca. The match to make was Rhea and Charlotte. Like story, everything's involved. Like,
so I'll say this, right? I'll say that the one great thing that we get out of them not doing it for a third time is we don't just feel like they were lazy, right? We can feel like things are fresh, and maybe I'm like, okay, this is an opportunity for Tiffany to get brought up because she's going to be mixing with Charlotte, and I more like and appreciate what's on the other end. The fact that until Monday, it was going to be Rhea versus Bianca. I was like, oh, now granted, I agree with you. I thought that it would have made more sense to go the Rhea Charlotte, but when I realized it was we could get Rhea versus Bianca, I said, oh, okay, you got me, you know.
So you know what's crazy? I didn't even see a Rhea versus Bianca. Nowhere did I think Bianca was going to win the Chamber. Like I thought she was going to be caught up in this drama with Jade, and I thought that was going to come to fruition at some point, and she was going to have something to do with that. I almost feel like it's like, damn, who's writing this? They kind of like you almost feel like it was going with Jade and Bianca and Naomi, and then somewhere it was like, wait, she won.
You know what it is? You know what it is? Because I think when you think about it like this, right? And excuse me, I'm pretty sure they thought this out. They said, okay, yes, she should be involved in that storyline. But then they probably realized, bro, it's Bianca Belair. Like, she is that girl. Why? Because I don't see her in a match with them. That has to be a Naomi and Jade Cargill match. Right. So then you go, okay, you throw that at WrestleMania, and now you just got Bianca on the sidelines for WrestleMania. So I think they're also thinking like that, and they're like, no, that's just a wasted spot, and she's literally one of our big dogs. So I was like, yo, why don't we just return her to the thing and you know, let her be a big dog again? I do agree with you though that the timing does seem a little weird.
But they can't. So here's my problem. WWE did one thing that was, you know, is scripted. So usually you could just look past anything that would have reality to it. They did one thing where they added reality to it, and it's kind of scaring me now. Because Naomi literally said, how would Jade allow me to team with Naomi knowing she was the one that took her out? And I'm like, damn, I didn't even think about that. Like, because wrestling, you know, wrestling act like stuff like that doesn't happen. Like, but it's like once she said that live, I was like,
wait, say that again. I'm sorry.
Huh?
I said, say that again. I'm sorry. What happened?
So Bianca said, I guess it was on a press conference. She was like, or maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's on whatever. She was like, I just don't understand how Jade could allow me to tag with Naomi if Naomi was if she knew Naomi was the one that attacked her. And I was like, damn, I didn't even think of that, because wrestling usually don't put that reality into it. So now I'm like, so she can't just be done with the Jade thing. Because saying that, they got to have a conversation. And
no, I think they can still work it though. I think they can still work it.
I'm telling you, Bianca could be behind it.
I don't think so.
All right, I'm telling you, she could be behind it.
I think they can explain off. So I ain't gonna lie, I already thought of like a couple different ways they can explain off that. No, Jade Cargill don't really know who hit her. Somebody showed her footage or something. Basically, she just got knocked out before she could ever see who hit her. She got hit from behind, right? And then she just ended up getting the footage before, you know, other people, and she reacted before it was ever released. I could figure out some way to get that worked out. So that's why she didn't know. You know what I mean?
You know what's crazy? One of the longest stories they ran with somebody getting injured was Stone Cold got ran over by the car, and you didn't know it was Rikishi forever. And when it finally was Rikishi, I was like, who the hell wrote that? I did it for The Rock. But anyway, yo, they could make Jada heel out of being attacked. They could have her as the loose cannon.
That's what it looked like. I ain't gonna lie. With the black and her face and everything.
Yeah.
She could technically, if they wanted to, we could not know who did it for months. And couldn't find out it wasn't her. And she couldn't find out she really don't know. But she just thought, you know? Okay. But that would be crazy. Because but then she has to be bad. But with a reason. But don't really have a good.
That would need some more massaging to make believable. Yeah. But I could see something like that for sure. Like, I'm missing the details on, like, okay, if she didn't know who hit her and she went after Naomi, I don't know. It almost seemed crazy because, right? So this is where it's like I think it needs some massaging on some details for me to believe it. Is if you didn't know who hit you, and why would you attack the person who was claiming to be your friend? And there's footage that looks like other people who y'all were beefing with already. Looks like they were a part of it. You know what I mean?
No, you're right. You're right. So technically, she would have to have known it was Naomi.
Right. Yeah. So I don't, I'm not 100% sure how that works. But I think because, in all fairness, the women stuff, like the top stuff that the women are doing, like for the big belts, that's good. All the other stuff is kind of like, I could have it, I could not, right? So I think Bianca's just going to be kind of double dutying right now, right? She's working towards this belt match and having a world title match at Mania.
Right.
But I think she'll also be in backstage area working out what the hell happened. You know what I mean? So I think
SmackDown's gonna be one you don't want to miss. Cubini said Cody was injured for real by the slap from your boy, blown eardrum. I don't know who you talking about, your boy. I barely know. You know how I know who Travis Scott is?
Travis
I
Scott.
don't know what he looked like. So if you showed me a lineup, I wouldn't know it was him. I just remember when he had a McDonald's hamburger. I was like, damn, somebody got a hamburger.
Travis Scott has his own line of Jordans.
Yeah, and I know he was real big because he was the first
changes his sneakers, you know. So whenever you see a Nike check on sneakers, most likely if it's backwards, most likely that's the Travis Scott edition.
And I know it was a big deal because he was the first person to have the Fortnite concert. So that was like a real big deal. Let me say, did you see the
I ain't gonna lie though. So like he's a newer artist, and so it's like more my generation and stuff. He still really isn't that big of an artist. Like
no.
he is, but he isn't at the same time. To be honest, I feel like he has his own crowd. Like he doesn't get like the mainstream like crowd like that, but everybody else who isn't like into the mainstream, he got you. You know what I mean? So
yeah, he's definitely not a Kendrick Lamar type guy, you know, something. He's not like that. But I mean, like you said, he does a little bit of music, but he does more fashion stuff.
So look at this. Now I got to see it. Cubini said, "Did you see the 10-minute Rhea Ripley promo last night? Powerful."
Nah, I just saw the interview with
it's a backstage segment,
little
but
chick.
it was powerful. It's on WWE YouTube channel. All right, I'll look it up.
Yeah, I gotta check that out.
Yeah, I can check that out. But a lot of people were making something about that Travis Scott smack, and they were thinking like, oh, he was a newbie, he didn't know like what to do to pull it or whatever. And I totally was like, I'm almost 100% certain that Cody. I was like, Cody's an old school guy. His dad was old school. That's his whole thing. Is I'm old school. I'm old school. I'm almost 100% certain. Cody said, "Hey, you better let it rip. We don't want none of this to look bad."
Yeah, because even at the press conference, Triple H was making a big out. Like, man, he smacked the hell out of Cody. Like,
yeah, he did. He
smacked
the brakes off that boy.
Bigging it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the Rock said the same thing at the press conference. I seen a clip, and he was like, "Yeah, Rock tried to make it sound like it came from him. He was like, hey, if you're gonna come out there with me, you got to make sure you get you some." And he was like, "Yeah, smack that S out of Cody." And he said it again. So, yeah. I'm almost certain that like, hey, Cody was, old school. He's like, no, you better make sure this look good.
Yeah, I think it was just the position of the smack. If he did get any type of injury from it, it's from the position of the smack.
Yeah. He said, Cubini said, that little chick is my girl, green eyes. She's fire. LOL. I don't even know who he's talking about.
What little chick?
Right.
It's about Roxanne?
That's what I was thinking. That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Roxanne Perez is no joke.
Man, it's so good. It's a good time to be a wrestling fan. I don't even know what else.
You know what's crazy? I guess this would be like my last comment in a sense. Everything that was going on from everything we just spoke about, right? It was so crazy and big to me that it almost felt like the Jay and Gunther thing kind of felt like this. It was so weird. I was watching Raw. I was like, yo, I don't even feel the same hype and energy no more. Yeah. And it was like, I guess because I'm all burnt out from John Cena and stuff. You know what I mean? It's like,
it's crazy. And it even was worse that Gunther came out so early and went against Otis. So when Jay came out to save him, I was like, bro, y'all fighting over Otis? Like, I was just like, it was wrong timing. Wrong timing for them to have this whole little, he beat up last week. And
hey, you gotta give me you gotta at least say though, hey, my man Gunther, listen, he got the build and stuff like that and character and all that, but bro just boring, man. Like it's hard for him to get booed. Like when he came out in the beginning of Raw, I was like, it was almost like everybody was like, who the hell is this guy? What is he?
I felt that. I was just like, it was weird. It was like, oh, Gunther's out here. It was like, why is Gunther out here? It was like, it was kind of, yeah. You know
I
what it
heard that
is?
they were
It's just
trying.
something.
I heard that they was gonna try to make him a babyface. I don't see
That
that
would be
happening.
I don't even know how you do that. What's
I don't
crazy
know
is
either.
this thing with John is just so big, so good. And what you said earlier, I want to repeat it. Make no mistake. When John said he was retiring, we both was like, dude, let him break the record and let him turn heel. Now, like you said, we probably ain't getting both. But and then you ask yourself, well, what would you rather? Well, for his legacy, I wanted him to break the streak. But now seeing him turn heel is like, and the way he did it is like, if he don't break that record, it's just gonna,
It's a
I
waste
don't
of
know.
time.
And then here's the thing: how does Cody even win? I mean, obviously you can write it any way you want, but like, how does Cody beat the bad John Cena? You got Superman with the red kryptonite.
So that's my thing. He can't beat John Cena on a one-on-one.
He's
And
gonna
John
need
Cena
help.
probably using some crazy tactics and stuff. I just can't see that happening. And then we literally just had Roman and Cody where everybody and their moms came out. So there's
Yep.
no way we can do that again. You know
Yep.
what I mean? It's too fresh. So I don't know. Like there's no way Cody wins. There's no way.
Now here's my thing though. The only bad thing is wrestling, and we don't forget. We're not gonna act like John just didn't lose 5 years straight or more. I mean, I was talking to somebody earlier, but
Oh no, go ahead.
I was talking to somebody earlier, and they was like, they totally forgot. They was like, maybe they'll build up. I was like, who could Cena lose to? And they was like, oh, maybe Cena could lose to A Town what the hell is his name?
Austin Theory.
Austin Theory, because that would build him up. I was like, you must have forgot Austin did beat Cena. It's like, oh damn, like everybody named
Once he
Mom
did.
beats. So it's like, okay,
Mhm.
now I guess the bad Cena just is better. Like, I guess he got his edge. Like, that's also a thing. But I guess we're going to act like that didn't happen.
I don't want to say we're gonna act like it didn't happen, but I feel like it clearly wasn't convincing enough to everybody because nobody really had a problem with John Cena saying, because of all my hard work and years, I'm going right into Elimination Chamber. After he literally before that was saying, well, I gotta earn my way back up. I haven't won a match in 2,000 days.
Right.
And clearly all of that was totally fine with everybody when he just declared himself an Elimination Chamber. It didn't even matter how many times he won. So I feel like that really, the old school wrestling, we sweeping that thing under the rug and we ain't looking at it no more. So
We said the smack was dirty. Wonder if he will still be physical. Is Jackie Redmond I'm talking about? He said allowed to be physical. I mean, he said Cody bringing in help. I'd say redo the Shield. Roman Seth. Ooh. Nah, I think Seth is done with Cody. Yeah, I don't
It's
see.
possible.
Now I feel like Roman kind of needs to help Cody because Cody, helped him out, join
Hmm.
him. So I feel like
I
yeah,
can see that happening.
Roman kind of needs to,
I can see that
but,
happening.
but I feel like to make Cena a big heel, you don't waste it and make him be dirty, win the chamber, go to Mania, and then lose at Mania. It's like, for what? You just turned John Cena bad. He needs to get the belt, have the belt almost his whole run, if not lose and be bad. You know what I mean?
Pretty deadly. Hmm? Who wants to see Pretty Deadly get a title run?
Yeah, I don't know about all that. They have
Sorry.
been using them good though.
Mm,
They've been kind of making them a little more edgy. That whole thing where they was like lied on and all that. That
I
was probably
think
the
I
best thing
think
that happened.
I think the Street Profits will get a title run before them.
Oh, obviously. Um, oh, let me
I like the
see.
way the Street Profits is going so far.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Let me see. Agreed. Cena to hold the belt all year, then Cody get it back somehow. Yeah, I mean I'm cool with that. What we were saying, McNasty was
no, I heard.
okay, got you. Yeah, so I definitely think Seth is done with Cody. I feel like Seth ain't coming out to help Cody, but Roman owe him. So if that was a thing, but yeah, you just
We
don't
shall see.
win.
Oh, wait. What were you gonna say about the CM Punk thing in the favor?
Mm.
I don't know.
Oh, you remember you were like, we ain't gonna get there yet, but you had something on your mind.
Oh, because
Ah,
I was just gonna say CM Punk. I was just pretty much just saying like CM Punk came out. I was gonna talk about him coming out and he just went in and him like him going at everybody. So I was just saying like WWE is like we were talking about the cursing and I was just saying, well, they let CM Punk come out and just like calling out on everybody. Like he went in like, hey,
I don't. No, I think you. I swear it sounded like you were gonna go somewhere else with it. I don't think it was this.
No. That was because we were talking about the
No,
we
no,
were
no, no,
talking
no,
about
no. I think you said it before that came up. Before we spoke about that, I think that I'm gonna end up looking it back.
Yeah, I was
But
just thinking that I was just gonna say that they open up a show with him and he gets on the table and he just just went in on like anybody like he just pretty much had that super aggression like and then I think he cursed a couple times. That was
he said BS a couple times.
yeah. Yo, he went in on Rock. He's like, can you do that?
Yeah. But CM Punk does have that favor. So where do you think that might go now? Now that we know what we know now.
Man, I don't even know. I think they made that up and just was like, we're gonna use this
Just to give him something, right?
Yeah, nothing makes even sense though. Paul Heyman don't have no weight. Like
no, Paul Heyman's the guy that always gets stuff done in the back, backstage.
I guess
he's always talking to Adam Pearce or something and getting a match or whatnot.
I mean,
listen,
he wasn't right at one point.
Listen, all right, so let's look at the two matches. No way CM Punk getting into the Gunther and Jay match, which he probably.
I was gonna say I thought you were speaking about the John and Cody.
No
way he gets in that. Yeah, there's no way he gets in that.
So I mean, I don't even know if the favor could be put me in the main event. You know what I mean?
Right, and maybe the main event it'll be the world championship. Or oh my gosh,
It's gonna be a 3-way.
I think there's gonna be a triple threat match, and I ain't gonna lie, we ain't gonna like it. But maybe Roman comes back. I think Roman's gonna come back and screw Seth Rollins next week in that steel cage, and I think that should set them up for a 1-on-1. And maybe they have them in the slot to main event night 1. And CM Punk says, well, Paul, you're going to get me in that. I don't know. Maybe they figure that out. I know it already
so much good stuff. Is like, I'd rather watch Rhea and, not Rhea. I'd rather watch Io and Bianca get that spot. But,
Io and Bianca get the main event spot of night 1?
No, rather than CM Punk, a triple threat with CM Punk.
Okay.
Yeah. Because if it's just Seth and Roman.
Okay.
But like, come on, man. You're watering it down.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, that's the unfortunate part. I think when we had spoke before, we couldn't. Our whole thing was okay. Well, we'll say CM Punk wins because he's got a main event WrestleMania. And me and you were almost in the same thought of that. I don't know how much longer CM Punk got left. So we thought, oh, okay, this is how you would do it. Then we got to figure out what you do with this person, this person. So I remember it came down to either John Cena or CM Punk would win the Elimination Chamber, but then it almost felt like, what do you do with the other man for WrestleMania now? And so now it definitely still feels like that. Like, I don't know what CM Punk's going to do. And I unfortunately hate the fact that he might just have to have a match with Logan Paul.
Oh, you know what I might have said? You know what I might have said? Is when CM Punk was like, this is what you probably was thinking of. CM Punk was like, but don't act like this is my only, act like that's my only way of getting into the main event of Mania.
Yes.
I don't know what that meant, but
oh, okay. No, I thought maybe you had some crazy idea.
Where I was going with that. No, I was just thinking, he had me thinking like he got some crazy.
Right. No, but I like that though, because it is true. It's like, hey, don't forget that's what the man said. I ain't say it, he said it. So it's like, I mean, he did say that. So if something crazy, it's like expect something crazy possibly could happen. So I do like.
Let me ask y'all this. All right, now we've been going on and on because this whole Cena thing got the world going crazy.
Yes.
If Cena could have 2 people to join him, who y'all want? Now, I'm just going to throw it out there because this would be crazy. And you probably couldn't take it serious, but if he can make it serious. Ron said, can R-Truth get a title run? Hey, bro, if you somehow was able to make Cena have R-Truth of one of his peoples and that R-Truth is like bad. I mean, literally, you known him for joking, even with the little Jimmy bad line being bad. And he literally is like a legit heel because he's still in shape. He still can wrestle. That would be crazy.
The
I don't know.
only way it works, like you said, is if he completely flips the script and he doesn't make anybody even laugh not one time. It has to go that way. It can't be any other way. But
I almost feel like he can't do that.
Me too. I feel like it's too risky. How you gonna make that happen? He's gonna unintentionally do something. Like, no, yeah, I don't think you could do that. That would be crazy though. I see what you're going story wise. You know, you go like, oh snap. But nah, that's crazy. Two people. Dave, you got anybody in mind? Because I'm drawing blanks here.
I can't think of anybody.
Right? Yeah.
Okay. Let's get crazy. What if Gunther lose the title at Mania and come out with Cena as one of Cena? Like Gunther's up high and now he's a goon for Cena.
I'm not a fan of Gunther at all, so I don't know. I really don't care.
To me,
it's not about being a fan. It's about wrestling.
No, I'm just saying that's there. I feel what you're saying, but I can't even put Gunther in my head to try to come up with something because I'm like, to me, he's just corny.
Cena being here's the thing with a heel could be kind of like McNash said, perfect. He's kind of boring, right? Yo, him being like Cena's muscle, like you said, he's physical, blah blah blah. Like Cena just having like a killers, right? Okay, the opposite of R-Truth. So Cena have like, I mean, hey, listen, Gunther and R-Truth with Cena and a legit R-Truth bad guy. So he's like the flexible, fast dude on the team.
No, it's kind of like everything. If first of all, this is how so serious I take the Cena heel run. If it ain't gonna be perfect, don't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so nothing sounds perfect to me. So there's one idea that kind of keeps popping up in my head. I'm like, okay, I owe myself to at least say it, right? So I'll say the name. I don't know how you figure it out. I don't have none of that figured out yet. But instantly I go, if you could work some crazy, interesting line out, I think Randy Orton.
Well, Randy's been all over the place. You know that. Good guy, bad guy. You know.
It would be reminiscent of the 2-man power trip. That was when Stone Cold and Triple H teamed up, right? They were beating the hell out the Hardys every night.
Hogan joined Cena. What?
What is it? Hogan joined Cena.
Said Hogan joined Cena. Nah, Hogan.
Hey, he'll get some real heat. He'll get some real heat.
Done. You already got heat.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Forget all that.
Damn, imagine John Cena, Bad Rock, and Hollywood Hogan walk out. You'd be like, God damn.
Hey, they walking out with every belt that night. Whatever it is, just go ahead and fight it off. You know what I mean?
For real.
That'd be throwing everything. Yeah, I don't know.
The NWO returns.
Is because what I can't act like is I used to think these crazy ideas sounded so cool, and then Roman Reigns happened, right? And the bloodline Roman Reigns, meaning that like, yo, they gave them everything, and that you thought like, yo, there's no way they're gonna let them do this and that and that. Right. Like they don't let nobody do that. Not one group could do that, and then his group kind of did. And to be honest, it brought the product down. It didn't even make things interesting. So it's hard for me to imagine people running around with Cena. But to be honest, go ahead.
All right. So then, can you guys give me who? Okay, you don't have to say best for business, Dave. You could be, you don't have to be like because you don't like somebody, so don't put them on there. But who's Cena's last match? And unfortunately, I almost feel like it shouldn't be Orton. I know it feel like they came up together, but I don't want to feel like it's just two old dudes. So I want it to be like somebody.
But you would go for The Rock.
No, because of the story. Yeah, because of the story. But I feel like Orton and Or if Cena faced Orton as the last match is literally just the two, we came up together, right? That's kind of whack. Now he got to be in there in one of the matches, but I feel like it needs to be somebody, and somebody told me this. It was my brother. My brother was like, maybe to get somebody to push, maybe it'd be Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker beat Cena and get the belt. And that'd be his push. And that'd be Cena's last match. And then you just kind of help push somebody up.
So,
They,
all right.
I
So,
think they
go ahead.
holding Braun Breaker back too much.
I think Braun Breaker's character, the perception of it, I think it gets over and it works. But then I think when
Hmm.
you have to tell him to go play the character, I think that's when it don't work.
I
Like he
don't, I don't
wrestles
think
and everything.
he's
I think his mic skills and everything. I just think that's very
yeah.
lackluster, and that's what makes him kind of fall by the wayside. But
But
either way,
that's just like how his father was. His father was the same way. He was nice in the ring, but on the microphone, he was like, you
His
know.
father was even worse on the microphone.
mm,
and then Scott Steiner was even worse than that. The big bad booty daddy.
no,
He
yeah,
messed
yeah,
up.
he
He
did.
messed.
No. He
No,
made
he
he
messed
made
up. He messed up so many times.
yeah. But the thing is, he
So many
literally
times.
made something out of himself. You know what I mean?
No,
So
yeah,
when I
yeah.
think of
Think
Scott,
about
when
it.
I
You
think
literally said his greatest thing. Like
right,
Yeah, he called
he
himself
had
the
yeah, he
big bad
got you.
booty
like
daddy. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
once you
But
said that, he got over. Like that's the point. You know what I mean?
I'm okay.
You literally
If you want to
said
go that way,
his brother's real name. Like he ain't had like nothing. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like Dave, so could you think of somebody you would think would be seen as last match?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm seeing in the comments people talking about the NWO returns and Kurt Angle got one. Kurt Angle is done. So
Yeah,
I
Kurt
don't know
Angle
what
said
you're
he
talking
was
about.
done. He said he was
He's
done.
done.
He said he was done. He even told Mr.
Yeah,
McMahon that he's trying to wait on
yeah.
Mr.
But I
But
can't see anybody facing John Cena and it meaning anything. I can't think of anybody.
I got you.
yeah,
Yo,
so
real quick, I seen a thing where Kurt Angle actually said he wished he retired 10 years earlier. He said he
yep.
went
Oh
10 years.
wow.
Yeah, he said he got permanent nerve damage and all type of stuff. He was like, he
Mm-hmm.
wished
But
he would
he
have.
he did so well, especially after he left WWE.
Oh
When
yeah,
he went to TNA, he was that dude. Like
Yeah, but he even says he believes if he would have stayed in the WWE all that time, he believes he would have been the GOAT.
I could buy that.
oh
I
Yeah,
yeah.
I was
could
gonna
buy
say
that.
I
Think
ain't gonna lie. I'm
about
not gonna act like Kurt Angle was a Kurt Angle. I'm like I think there's a good argument for it.
think about it. Everything he did in TNA and that character, if he kept that
Hmm.
in, like, can you imagine like this
Yeah,
legit? Because Kurt Angle was
yeah.
still always a little corny, Like he was my
Hmm.
second favorite wrestler. The milk and all. He was the opposite of Austin, right? But
Yeah.
in TNA, he was like. So imagine if he could have got that over at
He
WWE.
was a
Yeah.
machine for real.
But okay, so back to the Cena thing, right? Cena's
Okay.
last opponent. So when you started and you open it with saying you don't think it could be Orton because you don't want to see like kind of like a repeat, you know what I mean, stuff like that.
Mhm.
In my head, then it's got to be an up and comer because John's gonna let them get over, right?
Right.
In my head,
Mhm.
if it because if it can't be Orton, then it means it can't be CM Punk. It kind of can't be like Seth or Roman, who he's already
Right.
kind of beef with before he even retired. So I
Right.
feel like if you say no to Orton, then you got to say no to all those guys, which takes a lot of good matches off the list, right? So then when you think about up and comer type things, I don't like in my head. Um, I don't think any at that point I'm lost. I
I
think
just
there
told
has
you,
to
Yeah.
yeah
Braun Breaker.
no, not even him, not even him.
Can't. He's not at that point yet.
Yeah,
So
but we're
this is my
talking
thing.
about
Yeah, to get them to that level, right? I think Braun Breaker can do it on his own already. He can get to some level. So I feel like you don't even got to give him that. You know what I mean? Um, so I don't think it should be Braun Breaker.
okay.
There's an idea in my head I don't like, but this is one of them things of like, okay, if we're talking about what's best for business, then this is probably the better move. But I personally don't like it. But I guess if we had to go there, I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but Logan Paul.
Oh boy, you shouldn't have
I'm
said
not
that.
a fan of him. I'm not a fan of him.
So here's what's cool. What he's doing is the opposite of you, Dave. Dave, you choosing with your emotions. He's just choosing with the
No,
general
I
question
listen.
of
I completely understand where he's coming from,
right.
but like even in Elimination Chamber, Logan Paul to me was he always has been, yes, a great performer. He does great things in the ring and this, that, and the third. You know, that match with him
Ricochet.
and Ricochet, yeah, that moment that they had where they crashed into each other in the middle of the ring, that's gonna be synonymous. That's like that nobody's ever gonna forget that. That was amazing. But you still look at Logan Paul like he's an old Jeff Hardy, except he's trying to make it. You know, Jeff Hardy already been there, but Logan Paul is like the old Jeff Hardy trying to make it. And he gets
Yeah,
zero respect
I
from
think I get what
anybody.
you're saying.
I don't even look at Logan Paul as that. I don't
No,
look at
no, no.
him.
I think I get what he's saying. He's more of the. I think I could word it in a way you'll understand a little better. And I totally kind of agree with him in the sense. Logan Paul, the guy, you throw him in there, and it's like do a flip, do something
Yeah,
crazy,
yeah,
do make a
yeah,
moment,
yeah,
give us
You
something to throw
yes,
on social media, and
yes,
then whatever. You know what I mean?
you know
So
what's
yeah,
weird?
yeah,
I don't look at him like that. Maybe because he started as a heel, where heels don't do that much stuff, but he can do that much stuff. It's weird, but I look at him more like I don't look, even though he is very athletic, I don't look at him as the super high flyer. I don't look at him as a high flyer. I look at him as like hit the brass knuckles. I look at him as like
no,
the
not
cool.
that necessarily he's the high flyer. It's just do something crazy that we can clip and throw on social media. Like his purpose is to do that in a match or in the night or something. Like I feel like that's what I think me and Dave are on the same accord in a sense. Like he's
yeah,
not necessarily not like he's a super high flyer and this and that or whatever. No, but he's more of like put him in there so that we can get a moment or a clip that we can throw on
yeah,
social media or
yeah,
something. But not
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
serious wrestler
yeah.
sense. You know?
I got a feeling that people are not going to look at him like that. I think him saying he wants to be a full time. Well, he is a full time now. I don't think they're gonna. I don't think he's gonna. This is what I could be wrong. I don't think he's gonna be known as the crazy stuff. I got a feeling he's gonna. I got a feeling you. I got a feeling he could be the dude to beat Cena because we still got 10 months or whatever when Cena's out to build people, whether it's Braun or him. I got a feeling. I think Logan is gonna be good, but I think he's just different. I think his trash talking is really good, but it's just it almost seems like he's being a little too real. But I think that's his thing because it kind of like he's a regular dude and he literally just started wrestling. So like his promos aren't like geared to feel like I'm the tough dude and beat you up. It's more like I'm got more money than you. Which it is, everything he's saying is real. So it comes off like my man can leave right now. But I got a feeling his in-ring stuff is gonna be better. Just his
His
finish. I mean, again, I need to see him do it
his
again. But his finisher, his new finisher was just, I mean, I rewind that like more than 5 times. It looked like, and it was smooth. But I got a feeling there's more to him.
Yeah,
But
I
let's
don't.
see.
I'm not a huge fan of him at all. I don't think he does anything so exceptional at wrestling or anything like. I even think his mic skills really aren't that good. Um,
mm-mm.
and I like because I know what you meant, but like I think he play. I think he can play. He's playing a good bad guy in a sense, but everything he comes on the mic and says, it don't feel believable. It feels like if he's like, "Hey, listen, I would really love to do something tonight with you guys at WWE," and obviously he don't wrestle type thing. That's what
Right.
it seemed like to me. Like he just comes in every so often, like, "Oh, you guys can let me get the mic." Like, "Yo, get on the mic, talk some smack, man, and whatever." Like every time you get on the mic, that's the feel I get. Like it almost
So
don't seem like this legitimate.
and that's why I said
That's
he's not doing it what we're used to.
Yeah,
Like a wrestler would be like, "I'll beat you up because I'm bigger than you" or something. But I feel like for him, it's good. Like we can't act like he's not a household name, right? So I feel like him bringing that, and also that's why they partner with him, right? So him to bring his fans, it's feel like you almost, for me, if I was Triple H or whoever, I would almost say like, yeah, we can't just wash away what you are. Like you need to figure out how to put that in you being a wrestler. I feel like that's what he's doing. And mind you, as a regular wrestling fan, what he says doesn't come off like what you are used to. But I almost feel like his style is probably what he should do. It's like doing this YouTube stuff, right? So I went on and on. Like, it's almost like you have to make people believe it. And how you do that is consistency. So I tried to not use Cowboy King of Entertainment. As much as I did, I don't care. Everybody watching me like, bro, we still calling you Cowboy. I was like, bro, it's Anthony L. Lewis. I literally moved from New Jersey, got rid of anything that said Cowboy, didn't wear the hat for a month, couldn't get rid of it. So I just feel like, you know what? I put it back on. Because guess what? I did build this myself. I feel like it would be stupid to try to make him be like what we know as wrestling, because things is changing. We're not gonna act like Jay Uso is the biggest thing. It's like, bro, you're just big because of your intro. Like, you trash on the mic, you trash in the ring. So I feel like this day and age is changing. So it does feel weird. Like when he came out on SmackDown and everybody cut a promo, and at the end I was feeling it, but then it was crazy because the fans booed him so much he didn't get to get it all off. And I got everything he said. It's just not it's not what a wrestler would say. It's what a YouTuber would say. But he is a YouTuber, and so
No,
for me,
no. That's true and all, but I think that's gonna always be in his way. That's what I think. I think that'll always be in his way. I think some part of us and what we want is there's a reason, and so if you can't give us that, then you will continuously always be viewed a certain way.
So here's why I disagree.
Sometimes you come out and say,
I disagree because I think one, we're getting older, right? So we like to hold on to what's important to us, what feels good to us. There's a younger the reason why I bring it up is I think of when I do gaming podcasts, right? And everybody always say like, yo, my kids don't even care if they playing on an iPhone or an Android. They don't even care if they playing on the Xbox. They'll play on anything. While we still talking about, I'm a PlayStation guy, I'm an Xbox guy. And I think that the future, the younger people don't hold on like we do, right? Like, you're gonna hate Rock forever, right? Dave's gonna love Rock forever, like, because we're used to like, this is my thing. I think the newer people are just gonna be more acclimated to like, okay, that's a bad guy, that's a good guy, and it doesn't have to feel like because he definitely doesn't sound like a wrestler when he's doing his promos. But I feel like the newer generation just need to watch wrestling and know you're good and you're bad. I almost feel like him being a YouTuber first and successful is probably what he should do. And if I was him, I wouldn't change it because there's an audience that probably be like, wait, what? Because they know he's talking like that. Like, he's been in the company for over a year now, right? Like, what, 2 years? More than that? So it's like...
Yeah, like been involved with them? Yeah, longer than that, yeah.
Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't want to take up too much time talking about Logan Paul because I like, hey, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. Man, I don't know, man. Who Cena faces at the end either. But I will say this for sure: if this your last run, you gotta fight Orton. You gotta fight CM Punk. I love when CM Punk was like, "Oh, we're gonna see each other down the road." Yeah. Dude, you gotta fight AJ, and I don't want to take away from the newer guys, but to be real, some of the older guys, Cena, you gotta do it.
Yeah. I agree.
Now, here's my thing, because now now Eric, you was the one that put this in my head with the Triple H. Feel like he's rewarding people. Hey, bro, Cena just lost how many years? I almost feel like he can't lose to his last match. Damn. Like, Cena, you can't lose as a bad guy, bro. Man, like, maybe you'll lose your final bad guy match and then have the face turn and then win your last match and be done. But you can't get no L's. I'm sorry. Like, Dave, what you think?
It's
Bro,
true.
he done lost
It's
like
true.
for 5 years straight every time he showed up.
It's true.
Yeah.
Because everybody's gonna look at it like, yo, what was the point?
Right.
What was the point? Like, what was this for then?
Now, here's the thing. We know Super Cena used to just bury people, right? This is what I need, man. I just need him to turn bad. We always say it. Give me that Triple H bad guy where you'll get in the ring and beat somebody up. Hey, bro, Cena can't be the guy that'll slide in the ring and beat you straight up. I don't even know what I'm watching.
I know Cena put emphasis though on like not being or doing what he did before. So I almost feel like, we might get some crazy Cena that almost remind you of Edge, where he constantly getting disqualified. But then the problem is Roman just did it. So it
all right, thank you. That's what I was just about to say. That what hurt me the most was when Roman turned bad. I was feeling it, and the first day he acknowledged that I think Jay or Jimmy, somebody did something to make him win, and he was like, somebody was like, oh, and you cheated, and he looked. I was like, oh, they called him out, and he just laughed. Was like, yeah. I was like, bro, you just ruined it. All right, cool. I'm cool with it, but now you're that sucker bad guy. You know what I mean? Or you just the all-in bad guy, not sucker bad guy. So I feel like I almost want Cena to do not that, but to just get disqualified, like you're saying. Maybe it looked like he maybe not gonna win. Man, he about to hit you clean with that ring bell. Bang! Wham! He about to grab the ref and toss, you know what I mean? Something like that.
Yeah.
Hold on real quick. So in Elimination Chamber, I almost was like, whoa. Was it last night or it was last night? When the one security guard got knocked down with the braids, I thought it was a chick. I was like, hey bro, they knocking over chicks? If dude ain't get back up later on, I was like, oh, thank you God.
Hey, all right, yo, that's crazy because I definitely would have never remembered to say that unless I seen it with you or whatever.
Right.
That is hilarious. I did see that too, and I was like, oh my God, did he just
with Misha?
Yeah. And I was thinking like, yo, she sold it amazing and everything too. I was like, yo, this look good. I was like, whoa, was that a woman? Did he know? And then, you know what's funny is I didn't even get to see that was a guy. So that's cool.
Oh, yeah. They put him in the camera a bunch of other times, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was
I was like, whew, boy, WWE, boy. They about to catch some backlash.
They did throw the intergender matches in the game. Oh, no. Hey, man, just let Cena just dump like Rhea one time or something. You know, somebody's safe.
No. Look what Ron said. Nikki Bella versus John Cena.
Nah, keep her away from my man while he.
Hold on, I seen a picture. Somebody, was it you that sent it to me? Somebody sent me a picture that said Stone Cold stunned 46% of these people. It was like Trump. It was like Trump, Triple H, and Vince, and all of them at the White House. And it was like, he stunned Linda, Shane, like all of them. You know what I mean? So look, if he's stunning people, whoa. So Dave did kind of touch on it, but we didn't talk about it. So my man finisher. So is he not going to do the AA? Is he going to have a whole new finisher?
No, man, he dumping you. He going to dump you with the AA.
He going to have to though.
Strap on that chokehold. STL.
Yeah, he going to have to change it up, man.
I don't believe so.
I'm telling you.
Really don't believe so. One, he also said it in the interview himself. I mean, obviously, we can't hold everything to his word, but I can't help but he did say it in the interview himself. He said, I wasn't worried about my moveset. I was worried about other stuff, how I changed the intellectual property.
But that interview was some years ago, though.
Listen, it was. But not only that, but I don't think him changing his finisher is such a big deal to him being a heel. I think the way he does in the character work and everything else is way bigger than how he finishes.
So here's the other flip coin of that. And I feel like Triple H gave it up. So the press conference, they asked Triple H what Cena and his outfit. He was like, knowing John, he's just going to keep everything the same. I'm like, bro, we already know John was going to change the music and everything before. Why you? But that would be dirty, though.
This is why I say don't do that, the press conference and stuff. Like, if we know wrestling ain't real, then why are we going to act real now? I just think it's the dumbest thing to business.
Because they try to make it as real as possible. That's why. They try to make it seem as real as possible.
That don't know that they know who's going to win the match. Yeah.
Right. You know what's
crazy? There's still kids out there that believe that wrestling is real. There's still kids out there that do. I mean,
I seen the little kid was like, I hate you, John Cena.
Yeah.
Oh, listen, you know what would be crazy is if Cena. So I don't think it's going to happen. If Cena came out still wearing the stuff and smiling and stuff, but that face he put, he ain't going to be the smiley Cena. He ain't going to be that bad guy that's be like, I feel like he might not even speak. That look on his face.
Yeah, you heard what I said last time.
What if John is just like what if John is almost in a sense like the heel but muscle to the Rock's group, unfortunately? And
could be.
Whoa. You saying that The Rock will have like a group, and John would just be like a dude on the side of the group,
like the muscle main dude. Like the Rock don't wrestle, so somebody's got to be the main wrestler or whatever. So it would
okay.
be John.
But he
But
still would be like the leader. Well, not the leader of the group, but
right, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
I
Because
know
that's what it's like now, in a sense. It seemed like Rock's the one who's in charge, and then it's seen it. Like there's a whole bunch of things that I hate about this heel turn.
yeah, that would not be cool for me. I see where you're going with it. Like Rock would be the leader of the group, and because the thing is, so I want him to be what he was trying to offer to Cody. He wasn't trying to offer that to Cody. He was just like, he's the final boss. He's on the board, and if you join me, I'll make sure you get all this stuff. But the way you put it is if that he gonna be coming out, and then Cena's gonna, and he's gonna stand. Well, actually, technically, now I was walking myself into it. I'm about to say he gonna come out and be like, now you have to face my champion. I'm like, well, hold up. I don't want Cena to be somebody's D-boy, man.
Hey, man.
That's what he did. That's what he
That's what
did.
it
He
feel
sold
like.
out.
That's what it feel like.
That's what he did.
I
Yo,
just
but
think
check
they
this out,
trying.
fellas. Hold up. I gotta go. So I'll holler at you. I gotta do my daddy duties, husband duties.
Yo,
Holler at you.
congratulations again, man.
Thank you,
Yes,
thank you,
sir.
thank
Yes,
you,
sir.
thank
All right,
you.
brother.
I gotta go tend to it right now.
All right, brother.
Understood.
Hey,
Holla.
man. Thanks for
All right,
coming
yo.
on.
All right,
No
bye.
doubt. All right.
Hey. Oh man, I don't want Cena to be nobody's little D-boy, man.
I agree with you.
But the question is, how would you, I mean, I know we talked about how would you get him to be heel, but for it to be really big, and yes, Mania could have been a thing. It is, but look, listen, we're here where we are now, and we're just gonna see where we go.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thanks for coming on. For you guys that popped up, McNasty, thanks for coming on. Also, you said you definitely got to be there for this. Next time, put a shirt on. And yeah, I thank Dave for coming on as well. I didn't hear from Energy. He said he was going to come, but he didn't write me back. Big Mike
I was looking forward to him.
Yeah, and Big Mike
I know
coming.
his mind get going.
Oh yeah, I wanted to hear it. Big Mike was coming,
yeah.
but he had some family stuff. And then he said when he almost could have got on, he was in an area that had a power outage. So, but definitely, I mean, it's cool because I wanted it to not just be about the chamber. I wanted it to just go all over, and that's exactly what we did. So it's cool. Now, I've been saying this, so I got to hold to it. I've been saying that Tuesdays I'm gonna start a Monster Hunter stream, and so I think what I'm still gonna do it. What I want to do is it to serve a couple purposes. Earlier today, I was stuck on fighting a creature, and I kept trying to. Mind you, I was still technically working, but so I slide over, and I had to pause. I had it on the online single player, so you could just pause it. I was like, oh, this is dope. So now just pause it on the phone, then unpause it, right? But then I was fighting a creature, and I was like, and I kept doing the flare, but I guess because the way I had it, it was just sending in the computer people. So eventually beat the boss, and I was like, man, maybe this is just what I want to do on Wednesdays, Tuesdays. I'll stream, and people could jump on and be like, bro, I'm having trouble with this boss or this monster creature, and now I know people gonna be playing and come help me beat this person. Or we just say maybe it's 2 people, 3 people get on and like, okay, we're just gonna go because what I've been doing now is I've been looking at material like, oh, I want that weapon, but I need to fight this thing a couple of times because now we're at that part, and maybe that's how it could just be that simple. So so if you guys are watching right after this, probably give me like 10 minutes or something. I'm gonna fire up a stream and we're gonna play some Monster Hunter. So that's gonna be cool. And then next week we will be doing. I feel like I got this new thing I want to do. And every time I say I'm gonna do it, something come up. So today was keeping it real with the Cowboy, and John Cena happened. So instantly I was like, nah, that's next week. So next week, if the world don't turn crazy, I will be doing the first Keeping It Real with the Cowboy Volume 2. And it's gonna be something I've never done before. I think it's gonna be really cool. And I thought of this probably 6 weeks ago when a bunch of people got on, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna do something different. I haven't seen anybody doing this on YouTube. So I think it's gonna be really good for a podcast, talk show, whatever you want to call it. And I think it's gonna be really, really good. So but I just the world got to stop doing things and stop putting me off. But so anyway, that's gonna be next week. So if you guys new to the channel, 111 every single day, one daily vlog. And if you're a channel member, you get to see all of the vlogs I make. I just make a bunch of them, and then I pick and choose which one I put out each day. But you guys get to see them all before anybody. And you know, on Wednesdays, I can do it too. We wrestle Wednesdays. And and hold on. This where you want to see when you're cheating. This where when you're cheating. When you got your like, hey bro, man, you always ain't that big. Like, yeah, they not. But so yeah, Wednesdays is We Wrestle Wednesdays, and then you know, Tuesdays I'll be doing a podcast / Monster Hunter, blah blah blah. So with that being said, man, wrestling. I was thinking about this earlier before I end this. As with the exception of gaming, wrestling is the longest form of entertainment that's been in my life. And I was thinking about when Triple H was like, "This is the, you know, out of the media of entertainment, what we do is like he filled the top." And I have to agree. I feel like I'm watching a show. I feel like I'm watching sports. I like you. I'm wrapping all of these vibes into one thing, and it's really cool. Obviously, I've been playing video games longer than I've been watching wrestling. But if I had to choose, I don't know, man. You might catch me. You know, I keep thinking if I get older, I probably won't even be able to be as good as playing video games, but I'll probably still be able to watch wrestling. So I don't know. It's just something that crossed my mind. But with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. And now your mama knows. Wow. I don't know what to say. I'm like, I'm like frozen on this whole Cena thing, man.
Yeah, got that Cena buzz.
Yeah, this is this got me. This got me. But yeah, I guess at the end of the day, I'll see you guys in the next one. And hey, you gonna play some Monster Hunter a little bit?
Yeah. So I'm just gonna step outside for a quick second, and then I'll be back on. Yep. Okay,
cool. All right, cool. So we see you guys. Now your mama knows.
And now your mama knows.